Coffee. Hello, how's it going? Oh my god, so many chatters. I love you. I woke up from a nap like 15 minutes ago, and then I brewed some coffee. Coffee. Heck yeah. What is Stardust doing? Is she streaming? She's not streaming. Oh my god. Coffee is not degenerate. Coffee is fantastic. Coffee brought you your favorite enlightenment, Econo Boy. Coffee is basically responsible for democratic socialism. Tea is better. Unbelievable. Tea's pretty good. But I feel like tea's very similar. It's the same premise of like warm water combined with a plant to sap out its flavor, and often caffeinated. I should just make you like a moderator. I don't know Twitch things. I'm glad you thought I did a good job. I feel like debate panels are hard for me, and I don't do very well in them, but I appreciate that you understood and appreciated my contributions. A lot of people are saying, yeah, I liked you in that. And I think, oh, cool. I'll take it. Why is my Discord hella wild? What's going on? I haven't been in it. Hella wild. I believe it. What? A Kano boy. He's already being a despot. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you give lefterly people power. They immediately censor your free speech. Wait, are there really? Like the other night, I warned someone for posting racism. So I think I might know who it is. And I posted in the mod log, I was like, this person has been warned already. So if they do it again, ban them. Oh, it's bad. Well, we've got like a system where if you fuck up, if you like break rule, first time you get a warning, second time you get a temporary ban, but we don't like reinvite you. So like it's up to you to come back. And then if it happens again, you're permanently banned. I think that's the system. Although it might be that like slurs get you fast tracked to being banned. How much do you know your movie sucks? I don't know too much. I think that's fair. I don't know. I haven't. My Discord hasn't been very political historically. It got like really big. It got up to like 6,000 members like a year ago. And then I like shut it down because it was getting like cancerous. We didn't have like a lot of race and IQ discussions or anything because it wasn't like a politics Discord. So I'll see if I have to ban any topics. Did Stardust get back to me? Okay, good.
Hello?
Oh, how's it going?
Good, good. Sorry, my niece and nephew are here, so I just
So you weren't just lying to get out of playing
so sorry.
Civ?
I'm
They're
sorry?
actually there. You weren't just lying to get out of playing Civ. They're actually
No, they're
there.
actually there. Yeah, yeah, they're actually here. Um,
I like just
I
woke up from a nap.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Sorry for running just a couple minutes behind. I'll get things started. Just give me like
Sure.
2 minutes here. Yeah.
It's all good.
Sorry
Cool.
about that. I didn't realize that small children take so much time and so much attention.
Hmm.
So, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds.
No problem.
I'll be right back.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. You're very famous on the internet.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm streaming on my end. Nobody can hear you though, just FYI.
Oh, in Discord or?
Well, I'm streaming my own voice and face, but I don't have my desktop audio going out yet.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You are being able to be heard on my stream. Like I just started it, so
I am heard on your stream?
yeah, you are heard on my
Okay,
stream.
then I'll do that too. I just wasn't sure what the etiquette was, so
I think the etiquette
right.
is just like warn people, but
Yeah.
in general, to like expect that
Okay.
people are probably going to be streaming stuff.
Yeah. True. Hello everyone. We are streaming audio.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm streaming
everything.
too. What's going on?
Okay.
Yeah, so
hello.
don't say any
Hi.
slurs as
Oh,
Dang
fuck.
it.
as maybe
That's why I
prone to
came here.
do.
Fuck. How's it going?
Not bad.
It's going
how are you?
good.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Good to see you, Taj. Good to be on a panel with you.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Yeah. Your movie sucks.
Hello,
Yeah, he
hi.
sucks.
Pleasure to meet
Nice.
you.
Nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, big fan.
Thank you. Appreciate Kimba the White.
We just watched your video about the Alan Breen films on stream, and
Oh God.
yeah,
Yeah.
the classic.
Yeah. I'm going to Vegas next week, so
Okay,
maybe
nice.
I actually have plans with somebody at one of the locations of his film. I'm not going to say where though, but
Yeah, of course. No, I understand. You got to keep it on the down low, right?
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I tried to get an interview with him, but he didn't respond.
I mean, he's probably busy on his next masterpiece, I'd imagine.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Did he end up releasing any more films? Or was it just those 3?
He's got like 5.
Oh, 5. Fucking hell.
Yeah, after the
Prolific.
3 that I covered in my review, there was Pass Through and Twisted Pair. Twisted Pair is really funny. And now he's making a 6th. And there's also like a 3.5 hour long, 4 hour long, quote unquote documentary of him explaining how he makes his movies while not saying anything really. It was really bizarre.
Yeah, he's got the kind of like a mentality of this like auteur director, but he's just a lolcow, really, right? Like,
oh, he's a brainius, I think.
Neil Breen's the guy who does like really low budget hacker stuff, right?
He's the only director that makes good movies.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, but I don't know if you heard of Birdemic.
Birdemic. Is that what he did?
I love Birdemic.
That's amazing.
It's like a bit better produced than Birdemic, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Neil Breen's a bit more competent than that.
I feel like I've seen like the compilations of him acting and just like not emoting
great.
at all. Like someone's dead in his arms.
I can't believe you committed suicide.
Yeah. Can't believe you've done this.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a bunch of hits.
Can you guys hear me?
You're very quiet.
And several of us are streaming already.
Yes. That is I won't say any slurs. The Nazi slurs. Won't say that either.
Mm-hmm. Certain slurs are apparently okay, but
well,
not all of them.
What can you do? I mean, Chud is here, so.
I mean, you know, obviously Twitch has cracked down on anti-white slurs recently, so you know, that's obviously the most important ones we need to deal with, of course.
Priority.
Dang it.
I think Hassan should have probably been perma-banned.
I mean, if Vash was permanent banned, I don't know why Hassan wasn't.
Well, I think it's more
because
like
Vash is still banned for that, right?
Probably, yeah. Vash probably shouldn't have been banned for that.
I think
good one. Very bizarre.
Like they took a hardline view on it, from what I understand, but I don't know for sure. But yeah,
yeah, it's a really hard thing to like moderate, just because it's not easy to be like, okay, well, sometimes slurs are allowed and sometimes they're not, and we're gonna like one-on-one figure it out for every situation. It's so much easier to just be like, no, anything that could be a slur is gonna be banned.
Oh yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with that in terms of like policy on a website, but a huge problem with Twitch is they don't really seem to have any kind of process where one can dispute being banned, really, like unless you're like a bigger streamer. Yeah, there's a few people that I'm friends with that were auto banned for saying words that were close to slurs but weren't, and not even in a derogatory way. In like it was like a gay friend in another gay friend's Twitch chat saying something that sounded like the F slur, but it wasn't, and it was an auto ban, and they've been trying to figure out how to get in contact with Twitch. Like there's a support email and everything, but they just don't get a response, which is really annoying and frustrating.
See, that's rough too, because in a lot of queer communities, there's like casual and like friendly use of slurs.
Yeah.
And
yeah, exactly. Like,
I know, like in my personal vernacular, sometimes I'll like refer to myself with like a T slur, but I have to be like very careful, I think, not to do stuff like that.
Yeah, I've done it quite a bit. I've never gotten banned for it. I don't know if somebody at Twitch just likes me or what's up with that, but it seems like the auto bans are a lot easier for like if you're typing in someone's chat. Both of the people that I know that got banned were just from typing in chat. One of them was my mods in my own chat telling people not to say a word that was getting people banned, and he didn't even say the real word. He had like 3 asterisks in it. It was really weird. Yeah.
Oh.
He was saying don't say that word. And he got banned and never got a response.
Yeah, it's like a lot of big tech stuff. I mean, you probably know from YouTube, like, you know, some of these restrictions and stuff can just end up affecting people unfairly, and it's so difficult because it's like just this massive administrative beast you're trying to deal with. You know, you can't even speak to someone sometimes.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least with YouTube, you can like, you know, start like a will
the
feud
chat
on
thing.
Twitter, and someone will respond.
Oh,
But
the Twitter thing. Yeah.
Twitch's Twitter support is just automated. Like it's like literally an automated thing when you try to go in their DMs and everything. Like there's nobody from Twitch that you can contact on Twitter really, and that's really frustrating. Like,
Either of you
can
see
cause
like
as
the
much of a scene
BX
as you want,
Bullet
but nobody does anything.
drama?
The what drama?
BX Bullet.
Thanks, Bullet.
She
Yeah,
like
that's-
has been
I have
going
no idea
on
what that is.
a Twitter conquest, a Twitter total war to try to get this guy banned, and there's just like no response from Twitch.
Oh, is that the
the child predator.
Is that the? Yeah, I think I saw an image on Twitter of obviously not that, but like a screen cap of the issue.
Hmm.
Yeah.
what that
It was going around quite widely. I think,
Yeah, they have like literally no support on Twitter, and then I guess they ignore every single like email and like support email except for like streamers above a certain threshold. And then I tried communicating them and being like, okay, why is my friend banned? Like, I'm trying to do another stream with them. I'm not allowed to have them on because they're a banned streamer. And then they were just like, oh, we can't talk about the bans of other streamers. We have to talk directly with them. It's like, well, you're not. They've messaged you like 20 times now over like 45 days. So,
Yeah.
very sad.
We're just waiting for Bo Blacks to join, and then we'll get started here. Yeah.
I'm going to be debuting my new VTuber avatar that I've got.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
very exciting.
It's very original, so yeah, it's going to be good. We'll do that in a sec.
Very cool.
I don't want to steal the show or anything, okay? But
Oh, is
you know.
my? Do I need to enable my camera on my end, or what's going on here?
Chat knows if they. Oh yeah, you might have to do the right click on the virtual camera and press start.
I'm such a boomer. I'm trying. Give me a second.
Mhm.
All right. Turn on. There we are, and you get
Hell
my
yeah.
chat in your
Nice.
camera.
Hell yeah,
Based.
dude.
And then if
Based.
I do pop out, then I can probably put that in the OBS thing
Yep.
on my end.
Pro
And then you get an
streamer.
infinite loop.
Where
Alright,
is Bo
let's see.
Blacks? Bo Blacks. Where are you? Bo Blacks, I need you.
He's probably at the Freedom Rally.
Freedom Rally.
Yeah, he's probably in Ottawa right now.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Stardust, you're a lot quieter than everyone else, and okay, all right, I'll fix it real quick. All right, how is it now, chat? I don't expect an answer. That's okay. Let's see. Bo Blacks. Oh my goodness.
Oh, cool. Okay, I figured some things out. There we go. And then I can... Then how do I make it so I'm seeing everybody but myself?
I
You
don't
can
really...
right click and you can
There
do
we
like
go.
show my camera.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
Why isn't it working? Maybe I have to not have it in OBS and then do that. What the hell? I'm clicking on it. It's not doing anything. What the fuck? Whatever. Oh,
I'm getting fucking canceled on Twitter now for uploading the
Why?
wrong VOD. I shouldn't
Oh.
have tweeted. I shouldn't have tweeted that I did it.
Was it
Now-
our sex tape though?
It wasn't, luckily, our sex tape. It wasn't that.
it was the wrong
but
sex tape.
The wrong.
It was the wrong one. Now,
Wrong
now
one?
I'm never going to
Oh,
live
no.
this down. I'm just so completely humiliated.
What was it?
It's just an old VOD. It wasn't anything bad. It was just I uploaded the wrong VOD with the wrong title. So yeah, it's just embarrassing that way, I guess.
It
But
is pretty embarrassing. You should be
Yeah.
canceled for that, honestly.
thanks.
Yeah,
Why the
you're welcome.
fuck?
Supportive.
No,
Down.
I keep trying to deselect the show my camera thing, and it does nothing. The
Hmm.
show non-video participants thing works, but I can't
Hmm.
not show my camera for some reason. That's so
Oh,
weird.
wait. The show. Oh my god. I didn't know about that setting. That's useful.
Yeah, it would be very useful right now.
Hmm.
What the hell?
Damn, I don't know what's going on. He was just talking to me like a few minutes ago. I hope he didn't die.
Oh, typical. Fucking these drama YouTubers, I tell you. Always
Okay, he
late.
just reads tweets. That's all. Okay, he just reads tweets. He's, you know. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna get started anyways.
Cool.
Yeah. Just give me a second here.
What the fuck? Why won't it? I'm so mad it won't let me click it. Whatever. Well, I'm gonna pee real quick if we're not technically
Yeah.
started yet. I'll be right back.
Sure.
I'll be quick.
Go right ahead. Yeah. We're running way ahead of regular schedule. No, we're not. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. Hopefully Boblax will be in soon, but if not, we'll just get started. I have the dramatic music queued up here, and we'll do our intros. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Hell
Very
yeah.
good. I recently woke up, so
Yeah, me too.
Awesome.
Had a quick nap.
Awesome.
oh my god, Chud.
Hello.
Whoa.
I am anonymous.
Oh
I will
my-
not forgive, and I will not forget. Expect me.
Okay.
What should we expect?
Lots of racism, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I love
As you're
it.
famous for. The slurs.
Exactly. The slurs.
Hello.
The slur memes.
Oh, he's here. Yay, Boblax is here. Okay.
Hello.
What the fuck,
Hi.
Boblax?
I got distracted. And
What did you get distracted with?
a video.
Freedom rally.
Also, when it was 6 o'clock, I looked and you weren't live, and I'm like, wait, did I get
I
the
was
time
getting-
zones mixed up?
I was getting molested. Okay, so
What the fuck?
yeah. So I'm
Sorry to
still
hear that.
getting
By who?
molested.
Now.
Who are you getting
shit.
molested
Don't worry
by?
about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Actually, I shouldn't have made that joke. Now it's going to sound really inappropriate, and I'm already friends with.
Now
Mr.
you're
Girl,
double
so-
canceled.
Yeah, I'm canceled
Yeah.
as fuck right now. So.
We've probably all been
okay.
cancelled once in our lives, haven't we, here on this panel?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Excellent, good.
And you know what? What is the sorry for, Nether Steph? I see what you did. You had to tell me that I'm being publicly humiliated. Thank you for that. Love it. All right. Welcome to the Chaoscast, everybody. I'm going to start the music now. The panelists will not be able to hear the music, but you know what? All that matters is the audience hearing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And
Do
look,
it for the audience.
welcome once again to another weekend, another Saturday, where I try unsuccessfully to run a panel show. We talk about the most important topics here. Other panel shows, they're afraid. They're afraid to get too close to the edge. But here we talk about it. We talk about everything. And it doesn't matter who's uncomfortable. They have to choose. Will they frick their mom or will they frick their dad? We don't know. But, yes, we're here. And you know what, chat? It is up to you. It is up to you. You decide who the winner is, and everybody else dies in Roblox at the end of the night. So choose wisely, because your favorite content creator may end up dying in Roblox, of course, at the end of the night. Oh, thank you for joining us once again. I hope you feel inspired by the music. And be good and stuff. All right, let me turn the music off. All right, let's just introduce ourselves. Aiko.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Hi.
What's going
Good,
on?
how are
Can you
you?
hear me?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Am I supposed to introduce myself?
Yeah, just introduce yourself, you know. Do your thing.
Hello, I'm Aiko Rules. I feel like my mic is buzzing. I'll have stuff to say, but right now I have nothing to contribute. But I look forward to figuring something out. Thank you.
Okay. Well, Blacks.
Hello, everybody. I am Boblax. I read tweets on YouTube, and I stream sometimes on Twitch. And I'm happy to be here on the Chaoscast, best panel show on Twitch.
Oh, I shouldn't have done that sign. Now, oh fuck.
And most racist, apparently. God damn.
Jeez, I'm sorry. Okay. Chudlogic.
Hello.
Stop.
I'm Chudlogic. I've already done the Anon meme, haven't I? So I can't do that again. I'm a streamer. I cover drama. I cover memes. I cover politics. I'm incredibly racist. And apparently, if you believe certain people, also a groomer. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, come and check me out. Twitch.tv/Chudlogic.
Well, we're all groomers here. I'll have you know that everybody in my audience is a groomer. We groom ourselves every day, and it's healthy. It's healthy to be a groomer. So, good stuff. Taftage.
Taftage. I go by Taftage or April, if that's easier. I post just the most deranged political opinions possible on the internet all the time. And yeah, here to have a good time, chill with some cool people.
Cool. YMS or Adam.
Hi, in this chat full of groomers, I'm a boomer and a coomer. I'm Adam. I make movie reviews. I do a bunch of other stuff, podcast, gaming channel, music, some stuff called Your Movie Sucks. Look it up. It's pretty funny.
Awesome. I've never seen a movie in my entire life, so I'll have to check that out. Yeah. I've literally never seen a movie. First question is a question that has ignited a huge feud between some of our friends. I think it ended a very long friendship. Anyways, that question is the green M&M is what happened to her. Shut up, Bo Blacks.
I didn't say anything.
Okay, all right. The green M&M is what happened to her a disgrace, or do you really not care about like what type of shoes she wears? Also, the brown M&M, is she naked or is she wearing like a skin color suit or something? Also, which M&M is the sexiest? This actually unironically ended a friendship. So
It's important. It's an important topic.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me.
Whose friendship did it end?
are we allowed to say?
Yeah, sure.
Nick and Tommy C. They had a huge
no.
I know
falling out.
Nick.
Yeah.
I don't know Tommy C, but I know Nick.
From the M&Ms.
Yeah. It all stemmed from that. So
Sad.
very sad.
Okay, well, sorry, I just want to ask something. I know this is a bit off tangent, but it is kind of related. Is the brown M&M black or not? Is she supposed to be like a black person?
Important question.
I don't. I hope not. Not because I'm racist, just because that would be really fucking rude, you know?
Do they have races is the question. Because if they have
yeah.
races, then I guess.
That's
But
true.
if there is no race for M&Ms
Yeah.
and they're all just one race, then
I mean, technically they're all brown on the inside. They could all just
Yeah.
be doing like orange face and yellow face and blue face and shit
my
like that.
It's like the inverse of
They're all
humans.
really-
Humans are all pink
Yeah.
inside. M&Ms are all brown inside.
I mean, in general, there's, they place a token not white person here and there. So you could still have not actually, it's kind of like the default, and then like here are some extra people that are different, historically, at least. Not that long historically.
I'm gonna call it. They're all brown people. Okay, and you have to contend with that fact in this discussion.
Okay, fine.
In your analysis.
Fine.
So something happened earlier. So this is slightly related, but basically I was out with my kids and my son saw a black man and said, "Daddy, his skin looks like chocolate." And I just thought of it just then. I mean, he's not racist, obviously. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's only 4. But yeah, I just
What did
wonder
you
if
say
that's
to
what...
him? Did you
Is
call him
that a
stupid
copy
racist?
pasta? Or
Did
do
you
just
cancel
lots of
your
kids say
son?
that?
No, I think just lots of kids say it, you know. Obviously, I
Okay.
went to Twitter and I instantaneously tweeted out about him and got him
Good.
cancelled at once.
Uh-oh.
So yeah. Future employers, I'm going to make sure we're aware of his, abject racism, so he never gets a job. I think that's the done thing these days, you know.
I think
Okay.
M&M's should create a new character that looks exactly like Tucker Carlson's concerned face, and just see what
Maybe.
happens. And don't say it's him, but everybody knows, you know. And then he can be in a relationship with the green M&M and then get rejected later.
Yeah,
They
Tucker
could have like
Carlson,
a really intricate storyline.
Yeah. Expand the M&M lore. It's kind of lacking right now.
Yeah, the M&MCU.
Tucker
I think
Carlson
it's-
totally fucking lost the plot on it. It's crazy. Like,
It's a
I've never
crime
seen
that they
something-
removed her heels, by the way. They de-ossified her. This is queer erasure.
I think that most people, I don't know, to me, look like hotter when they're comfortable. So, but that might just be a personal.
Okay, I think she
preference.
flourishes in the heels, though. She's comfortable in them, right? That's her environment. That's her edge, being in the heels. So taking her out of them, it's, if anything, it makes her less comfortable. I think that's my stance.
Yeah, having speaking as someone who is 5 feet tall, it being able to see just a little bit higher, it's empowering. And then you can see if there's dust on top of things.
Do you want her to not be able to see the dust? Is that your goal?
No, I mean I do.
No.
I'm upset that they took that power away from her.
Exactly. Me too.
Wrong.
I mean, they still kept the heels for the brown M&M, right? They're just block
they?
heels.
Made
now.
them like different.
Oh
They
yeah,
made
block
them,
heels.
Yeah.
non-sexual, which is also, I don't know, controlling, policing other people's bodies and outfit. I need to get stoned. Never mind.
Women's
Let
bodies,
Tucker
really.
Carlson come.
Exactly.
All over
Yes.
the M&Ms.
Let
Tucker
him fuck the
Carlson
green M&M.
I am
also
sex
react to
positive, but
something
only when it
strange.
relates to M&M candy pieces.
Like, didn't he freak out about something else with the cartoon? I think, unironically, Tucker
Potato?
Carlson
Potato
must,
Head?
like... Oh, maybe it is Mr. Potato Head. I don't know. But Tucker Carlson, unironically, seems like he looks at cartoon porn.
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
every man. Every man does this.
Well, I think all of the Rightoids, they lost their head when they said they were getting rid of Mr. Potato Head's cock. And when they got
Oh,
rid of
yeah.
Green M&M's pussy, they lost their shit at that. I just
I
think
didn't
they
know
got
that
some
he
weird...
had a cock.
Yeah, they were getting rid of Mr. Potato Head and make him like mixed potato head or some shit. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
That's how you could tell it was Mr. before.
Yeah, exactly, the big old potato cock. And they're like getting rid of that, and they didn't like that.
Yeah.
Maybe
Remember what they took from us.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the bedrock of Western civilization. Gendered toys. Having children play with Mr. Potato Head cock.
Did any of you see the naked green M&M on
Oh
Twitter?
yeah, of course.
Like
I
the
did-
Photoshop
like,
of it?
Yes.
I sought it
had,
out.
like,
I wanted
Unlike
to see-
Rule
four
34,
tits.
or like what? The
Uh,
naked green M&M? Is
The
there only
official.
one picture now?
I think it was a pussy.
Naked green M&M.
There's only one?
I think there's quite a few actually.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm
There.
willing to bet there's a category.
Ooh. Okay. Here. I usually like. Okay. Here. I'm gonna post it in the general chat. Okay.
Okay.
I just cut my nails.
This is one picture I saw.
Oh
I
god,
don't
that's
even know how
hot
to open
though.
this shit. Hold on.
I'm
That's
telling you
fucking
Oh.
guys.
I mean, that's
think I
tasteful.
can-
That's tasteful.
Yeah, I think I can show this on stream.
I think I saw one where it was like Photoshopped, like real human skin. It was more like Eldritch Abomination than like Playboy. This is
Can
like
someone-
Playboy.
Can someone tell me where that is so I know where not to go to see it?
I can't. I don't even know how to
Yeah,
access the
asking for a
messages.
friend, so I make sure I
I'm
don't.
having
go
I'm
to-
having a bad time here.
Here.
I'm
You're having
so
a
bad
bad
with
time.
Discord.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you, Aiko, for showing it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's where's
Here's,
this image from?
So I do actually.
This
This
was like
brings
from
up
their
the question
marketing. It's
again.
not like explicit. Oh shit! Did we lose my video? I'm so sorry.
It's not
Oh, no,
explicit
you're
at
good.
all. It's a fucking brown
Oh, wait.
circle.
Look, I just want to say well, look
naked
at her
panda.
lips. Honestly, her lips are really suggestive.
She
in
is
my
giving
opinion.
bedroom eyes for sure.
Oh my god, they're dick sucking lips. I'm saying it.
Yeah,
We're all thinking it.
she's got like
She's even got
Nala's
hearts in her
eyes in
eyes.
the Lion
Yeah.
King.
Wait, does
at
she
that one
really?
part.
Yeah, this is artistic. Wow, this is beautiful.
That's some like
but-
e-girl shit.
Yeah, but okay, so like the brown M&M looks exactly like her, like doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Wait, does that mean it's naked?
That's
Oh
the
my
question?
God.
Is the brown M&M wearing like
Yeah,
just
she's
a
just
skin
like a
color
naturist
clothing,
or a
is she
nudist or
naked?
whatever you would call
Oh
it.
my
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
lord.
and good for her, honestly.
Yeah,
This keeps
it's
getting
her
better
way
and
of
better.
life.
Yeah, I mean they didn't really unsexify it that much. Like we still have the brown M&M who's being, edgy, I guess.
Eminem personality,
Yeah.
very important.
I don't know. Just make like if you're making a cartoon, just like make it fuckable, and then everybody's happy.
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
This is what furries figured out. This
Yeah.
is what the
Yeah.
Zootopia creators figured out. They're like, we know how to sell this movie.
I mean, if you let furries be in charge of designing animated characters, then they'll all look good, you know.
Right, that is
Like,
how you
that
get.
Cat's disaster. That was not a furry.
Oh,
Original
yeah.
Sonic design. That was not a furry. None of those were furries. People point to furries and they're like, "What happened here?" It's like, no, we didn't do anything. Okay.
Nothing to do with us.
We don't know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could not be further from that creative process. Because you know, as soon as they're involved, everything is just so horny. Everything is having sex.
Yeah. Just it looks good.
Yeah. Okay, so then do you guys actually think it's like a problem that they like changed the shoes of the green M&M? Do you think
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
too
absolutely.
woke?
My
Really?
life is ruined.
Because it's
Yeah,
taking
they
away
changed the
agency
shoes.
from the green M&M.
Yeah. I watched like 3 quartering videos on it and I'm like furious right now.
Exactly,
M&Ms.
exactly. We're on the culture war right now.
Yeah.
We're
we need to
defending
stop this
Western civilization.
SJW woke company bullshit, dude.
Mhm.
It's corporate communism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ruining society.
Give her cute little heels back.
Yeah.
That's all I want. She looked so good in them. She was feeling herself, and now look at her. It's a
I'm never
disaster.
eating an M&M again.
Yeah, neither am I.
Well,
I'm not even
Boblex had
listening
a
to
really
Eminem again.
interesting tweet the other day. I don't know if you want to share with us, Boblex,
Sure.
but yeah.
Where should I send it, or do you just have it?
I mean, you can just read it if you want, or you can send it in the general chat, I guess. But
I'll send it in the general chat.
yeah, it just really made me think about things.
All right.
I don't know how to see anything. What if I open it up on my phone? Maybe I'll see it there. I don't know how to get back to the general chat on my computer. I tried. And
Here,
it didn't
Let
work.
me see if I'll tag you in it. Did
Okay,
that
I
help?
can look at it on my phone. Thank you. This is easy.
Okay.
I figured it out.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
no. That is pretty gay.
Yeah,
No
what the
female
fuck?
M&Ms. Girls
Yeah.
can't be gay, so. And they're not the target demographic for M&M. It's just boys only.
Yeah, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
True. We need girls to
the-
get out of the M&Ms. That's actually my
It's
stance.
from-
Yeah, why is it that all the women M&Ms are sexualized? The dude ones aren't. Where's the
Yeah.
honking dick on one of
Yeah,
the dude
where's
ones
the
or some
big
shit like
dick and fucking six pack dick?
No, look at Yellow. Look at him, like, pulling out his lip. That's very sexual.
that? They literally made one of the fucking male ones mentally ill. They gave him anxiety or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
what the fuck?
No.
Ew, that's just
Yeah.
accurate to men
There.
in the modern era.
They were in the boardroom. They were like, make one of them retarded or something. I don't know. Just fucking make the male one. I don't know. Give them anxiety. What is it the kids are into these days? What mental illness is? Like
The
bullshit.
Zoomer Eminem.
Representation matters.
Yeah,
God,
He's
that's-
neurodivergent and a minor, so
Of course, what Aiko is showing here is like, very sexual. The two women are sexualized.
God.
The men are not. But
Wait,
This is fucking hot.
are you looking at the picture Bosset
shit.
posted?
Look at the brown one we found. Look, there is a suit.
Oh
Okay.
wow!
Because yellow is
she
very
is wearing a
sexualized.
suit.
I think the yellow M&M's kind of sexualized.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
for sure.
He's absolutely sexualized.
No, the yellow's a man, isn't it?
Yes, he.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a kind of a himbo.
So there you go, equality.
They're
We've finally done it.
Neither.
What year was that image released? If we go back to that year, we can make the world great again.
I think so. That's what we need more of.
Which one's neurodivergent?
The yellow one,
Are
anxiety.
you
Wait,
I've looked
really?
into this deeply.
seriously, though? I mean, I honestly don't know. Could be the case that they did that.
What they did is they said, right, because apparently the yellow one is a bit like weird already, a bit of a weirdo. And they said, right, now we're going to make it where he embraces his anxiety.
Good.
I looked into this in quite a lot of detail
Good.
Really?
to find the porn pictures, yeah. But also I found out about that as a side thing.
Well, I
Well, if
always
he's literally
appreciate
getting
your research.
massacred by humans every single day by being eaten, I'd probably be pretty anxious too.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
maybe he's the only realist in the group.
He's the only one who realizes. Everybody else is delusion.
He's tortured by the existential horror, the mass slaughter of his brothers and sisters every day. And yet he's
There's a
forced
movie
into
about
these
that.
commercials. Ugh, it's
Sausage
tragic.
Party,
We need a
wasn't it?
real serious M&M plot about genocide.
Exactly.
I think that's what's missing from the MCU.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think the green M&M looks good in the sneakers. I don't see what the big deal is. I don't know why there's like all this outrage. It made more sense with Lola Bunny, but like it doesn't really make that much sense with this to me.
The outrage made more sense with Lola Bunny.
I think so because she was actually
agree.
like super sexy, you know? So,
It was like a part of her thing, right? Like as her
Yeah.
role, she was like the hot one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like her whole character.
yeah.
I mean, I do think the culture war stuff, previously there's been stuff where there is maybe a grain of like truth in what they're talking about, but this is just total fantasyland shit. Like, it's literally clutching at straws. Like, who gives a fuck about this? It's like mental. Like, it's literally just crazy. Who the fuck? Mr. Potato Head's cock was bad enough. And now we're supposed to care because they changed the heels of some cartoon M&M. It's fucking madness.
Maybe it's just slow right now and no one wants to talk about anything legitimate, so right? Do you remember when, I don't know how old everyone is, but does anyone remember when like the news covered like, look at this puppy, isn't this lovely? Or like things that were
Yeah.
random.
I mean, that happens every so often. There was a bit of catch up from cable news trying to just be like, oh, this is what's happening on the internet right now. And for a time, that's all that was happening on the internet was just like, oh, cute puppy. And now
I mean before
that's a lot
like,
of
the internet's
before the internet.
also before the internet, but like before they were engaging with the internet more so, before they just started like looking at tweets, they would
Mhm.
go to the park and be like, or go to
There was a time when they didn't know the meta of outrage. And so they were just like, hey, look at this cute thing. And now they know. They need the clicks. The way to get it is by just starting culture war issues.
true. The real
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
especially-
Minnie Mouse has a pantsuit now. Did you guys see that?
no.
God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hot.
I just posted it.
That
as
one's
well.
weird. That one's weird. I don't know.
They could have at least kept it red
I mean, Minnie Mouse isn't like fuckable either way. So
How old is Minnie Mouse?
No,
Are we
she's-
getting into any pedo realm?
She's doing Hillary Clinton cosplay.
I don't know. Is Mickey a pedo then? I don't know. Aren't they like dating?
Well, according to a recent video, he may be actually, but
Oh yeah,
Holy
I think
shit.
he admitted that he's a pedo
he
recently.
pretty much did.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
He
fucking
was like,
based.
kids, I love kids. Jesus
Can you
Christ.
ping me in the chat one more time? I figured out some
Yeah, of
things on
course.
my end. I'm
As
so
many
sorry.
times as you need. Oh, somebody else got it. Yeah,
I got
How
it.
do
Gav
I-
got it.
Okay, one more time because I had it open on my phone. Now I have
Oh,
to.
sorry.
All right, let's see.
Boomer technology.
What is it called?
Stardust?
It's called Stardust, yeah. General.
We're in the
Hashtag
general. Oh,
general.
thank you. Okay, it's general.
Yeah.
Okay, there we are. Thank you so much. Jesus. I was trying.
No problem.
I wanted to share an image from a long time ago. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
this
not for women.
Yeah. Dr.
Not
Pepper
for
is
women.
not for women.
2 places women
There we
should
go.
get to: the kitchen and
All right.
away from my
Thank you
Dr.
so much.
Pepper. That's my take.
Or is the marketing thing of like there was one in the UK like just chocolate is not for women? Is that the kind of thing we're talking about?
Well, I mean, if women drank this Dr. Pepper, they'd explode. So I don't.
Yeah, they
they
can't
were
handle
just
it.
trying to avoid lawsuits, really.
It's
Bring
protection.
back misogyny in advertising. That's what I say. Bring back the good old
Yes.
days.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
I mean, do they still do branding that's very gendered, right? It's like here's all this pink
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
They have pens for women. The big
Yes.
pens for
Yeah.
her.
And they cost
it's like, I
30%
don't know.
more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs more, but it does the same thing. So I don't know. If you
Yeah.
care about your wallet, just
So
don't get that one.
Yeah. There's also the razors. They're like pretty much the same.
They're kind of different.
worse.
As a person that uses both men's and women's razors,
Hmm.
there's some
They are?
difference. Yeah.
What's
What's
the
your
difference?
go-to?
Depends if it's my face or my genitals.
Oh.
I use a
mean,
men's razor
okay.
on my face and a woman's razor on my
Oh my
penis.
god.
Oh,
What?
Yes.
Listen, I'll be honest, right? I've watched quite a few videos, mate. I never thought I'd have to think
Oh,
about your
sorry.
cock like that. But it is what it is. Now it is what it is, okay?
Sorry.
We're there. We're there. No, it's all good. The image is shattered, okay? It's all good. Don't worry about it.
You don't even know what it looks like.
Clean shaven,
How can you
apparently.
how can you have
Yeah,
an
clean
image?
shaven,
if you don't
apparently.
even know if I'm circumcised.
Hey, then let's just talk about it then. Let's just talk about it.
All
Is
right,
everybody in
next
this over
subject.
18?
Your movie sucks
Sorry.
cock. Let's go. Let's see who wins this one.
Everybody goes around the room and describes their genitals in detail.
Excellent. Please.
Who has the best genitals? Chat. Fucking decide.
That's the content people are here for, I think.
I think you need to all post them so we can decide.
I don't know. I don't believe in TMI anyway.
On the internet, definitely not.
Yeah.
No such thing.
that's a challenge. I feel like that's a dare.
Wait, what do you mean? What does
I
just
mean,
reveal things about ourselves until someone gets uncomfortable?
Well,
Oh, who can say the most cringe thing about themselves?
Oh
well,
my god.
I guess like you because you
Most
just said
TMI.
that there's no such thing as TMI, and I feel like that could be challenged.
It's a challenge.
Not necessarily one for Twitch right
Okay.
now.
Well, I mean, like, I think in principle there shouldn't be, such a thing as TMI. Even if that doesn't necessarily work in practice, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say the full name of a recent family member that died, on the internet, because then, that would have people, harassing them or something. Like, I don't know. But
Oh,
But you
in
just mean like
principle,
sex stuff or your cock, something like that.
Genitals.
yeah, I mean, if the only argument against it is just like, ew, that's taboo, and there really isn't
Okay.
any other argument against it, I think that should be challenged. I think society would be better if people challenged that more often.
I suppose it depends on the context as well. Like if you're in a certain setting, maybe TMI might be like quite upsetting to someone. Like, would that not be a concern?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. This is a dumb Twitch panel, so I figured it was okay to talk
It
about.
is okay.
This
No, it's
environment, I
totally
think,
okay.
is
Yeah.
is probably
I
pretty
think
open.
Sitting in this
It's all good.
context, I think I read the room properly. I hope.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
No,
did.
of course
There's
you
an
did.
Yeah.
exception chat.
We're not in
I love
church
hearing
right
about your
now.
cock. Honestly, it's all good.
Okay, so I'll say I'll just save it for the next topic. But since we're still on the beginning topic, since we're on like the topic of like hot like cartoon characters and mascots and stuff, what do you guys think is like the hottest like cartoon character? Or
Scar
Zuko.
from The Lion King.
I'm sorry.
Who?
Who?
He
Who
said
are
Scar
you
from
asking?
The Lion
Who?
King.
That's what I said.
Car
Yeah.
from the Lion King.
That's
Yeah.
a pretty good one actually. He is pretty hot.
I would say
you say?
Thank
Zuko
you.
from Avatar: The
I've
Last
always thought
Airbender.
so.
Who?
Zuko
Zuko. Okay.
Oh, if you don't know him, he's got
Is
this
that a
like
human?
floppy like anime boy hair. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
say dick.
he's classic.
Real floppy.
Very
The
floppy.
floppiest, even.
What do you think, Chudlogic?
I don't know, one of those like vampires that looks like, I don't know, a 10-year-old, but is actually 6,000 years old, something like that, probably.
Oh!
Christ, Chudlogic.
Oh.
Controversial
Wow.
take. Interesting.
Wait, what? Sorry, it's fine. They're 6,000 years old. What's your problem?
Yeah, dude.
But they look
They're
like
like
a
a million
child.
years old. They're
Yeah,
experienced.
exactly.
It's, I mean, okay, well, which one's worse? That or like the inverse?
Oh
Where
god,
it's
here we
like
go. Oh.
someone who looks like they're 30 plus, but it's the mind of a 4-year-old.
They're
Like, that's
both bad
certainly
for
worse,
different
right?
reasons.
Who is
Yeah.
the worst pedo out of the two of those, though?
What about
Is-
isn't that
I think
JF?
being attracted to someone who looks like a child, like a little drawing of a child, is worse because it says something about you and like
Yeah.
your internal mind state.
But if you're going for someone that's got the mental age of a kid, you're being like more predatory, right? Because look at JF Gary Epi, right? He went after that. Was it were they a mental age of like a 16-year-old or something? Like that's more predatory, I think. Surely.
As far as
Yeah.
like actual harm of the action, it's like, yeah, it's more predatory. As far as like what says something worse about the person, it's being attracted to like the childlike looking one.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's
Do you think-
facts and logic for you.
Do you think
Is that
that
some sort of
adults?
philosophy thing?
Do you think that adults who are cursed to look like children forever, like, shouldn't have sex with people?
They should
no.
never be found attractive.
I mean, I think it's like
I don't know. I'm just
probably weird if you are attracted to them, but like I'd rather whoever like dates them be dating them than like going after children. So
Is it like a condition or someone just looks really young? Like I don't know. Where's Liv?
did you hear about like there's like a documentary or something about this? There's this girl who like looks like she's like 12 or something, but she's like 26.
Right?
Oh,
Sugar
is it
Ray,
one
I
of
think.
those like she's
Yikes.
gonna die soon kind of things?
I don't know. There was like a
it's,
debate
it's
panel
an
about
Andy
it though.
Milonakis situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the image of her. She. Oh, dude.
I mean, I would rather have people fucking people
Yeah.
that can consent than people that can't, right? So
Well, with like
Yeah,
JF,
but do
I'm
you
like-
think that
like-
there's?
someone.
Do you think that
If
there's
it's-
something
if
wrong with
the-
her though? Like
Wrong with
not
her?
With, no, not with her. Sorry. With her partner then. Like if she has a partner.
I think if
I
you
think-
are sexually aroused by like how she looks, I think that's pretty weird. But like
Okay,
it's
I'm
not
just
wrong
gonna-
to date her.
I think that your assessment of this is it's not accounting for the extreme variety of what someone can experience in human sexuality. I don't think it's like that binary. I think that there are people, I think that's entirely possible and probable that there are people that are only attracted to this person knowing that she has the mind of an adult, right? Like there are
Maybe.
checkboxes, whether we're conscious of them or not. There are checkboxes in our brains of certain attributes, it could be muscles, it could be personality, right?
Yeah.
To me, like I couldn't have sex with somebody that like has the mind of a child.
Yeah.
Right? Like that would be a checkbox that no matter what they look like, I wouldn't be able to be attracted to that. I don't think that sexual attraction is limited to just a physical image. So
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good
I think
point.
that should be understood.
I think
Yeah.
definitely you like get to know people over time, and sometimes like people that you normally wouldn't think are attractive like become attractive to you because you've gotten
Yeah,
to
for
know them
sure.
over time.
Or like
So, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
but
what
if
your
you're an
movie
adult-
Sucks is saying, where like you could be attracted to them only because you know that they don't have the mind of the child, which I think is like plausible and fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between, wanting to fuck Scar from The Lion King and wanting to fuck a lion, right?
Right.
There's like,
yeah.
furries exist, right? So that's, part of the
Yeah.
argument there is.
Yeah. It's funny you bring that up because in one of the, I think actually probably in at least like 2 of the past Chaos casts, I've brought up like how I'd be very willing to like get railed by a lion if it meant $10 million.
It's out of money.
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Would you be in danger?
probably. I'd
They
either
got
die in
barbed
a really
penises.
badass. Yeah, that sounds
So-
like
Yeah,
it's
'cause
kind of
they're
You might
nice.
get hurt.
Honestly.
Oh,
Nah, the
God.
barbs are like soft or whatever.
Are
I
they?
don't think. Yeah.
Oh, have you felt them?
Yeah, do you have
I've not
Talking
experience?
about this in depth. She's prepping.
I just looked it up on
She was
Wikipedia.
offered $10 million
Oh, okay.
and the line's being
Yeah.
prepped.
It says they're
It would have
soft
to be
on
the lion
Wikipedia?
railing me. It would have to be the lion railing me. I can't.
You wouldn't
I
rail
can't
the
force
lion.
myself. I can't force myself on a lion. That's rape.
How much money?
Okay. Would you
10
pay a lion
10 million.
for
Okay.
10 million?
No, I wouldn't. It has to be
That's
initiated by the
worse?
lion. Well, because I don't know, the lion can't communicate with
okay.
me unless that it consents, unless it itself is like making the action.
If the lion
Mm-hmm.
consented explicitly, is that better or worse?
What do
I
you-
mean,
why would
it's
it?
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still
Okay.
animal
Of
abuse
course
either
it's better.
way.
No, I mean like compared to receiving, like paying versus receiving.
Who the fuck is paying
Depends
you $10
who's being
million?
the dead fish, okay? Right?
I think it's a serious offer
I
that
think
she
that's
got.
Stardust's point.
Well, anyways, back to the cartoon question. I don't know
Yeah.
if Aiko and Boblex wanted to answer.
Hot cartoon character?
Yeah, like who do you think the hottest is, or mascot?
I can't really think of anyone. I would like.
Oh,
need to-
sure.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched something that was. I don't know. Can name things. Where are there hot things?
Tony the
Well, I don't
Tiger.
know what you're attracted to, so.
I
Tony
mean,
the
like,
Tiger.
hentai or so, there's loads of shit in hentai, isn't there? Like, I don't know, hentai or like fucking
The Beast
Saturday
from
morning
Beauty and the
cartoons,
Beast.
the Beast, yeah, like
Oh.
fucking loads of shit in there.
No.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
I'm
didn't
trying to
even
remember the
think
most common answers, but usually when there's a Reddit thread, it's a bunch of
of
dude
dudes.
answers, straight dude answers. They say like
Crowd
the
is
mom from
asking,
Incredibles or something. I don't know.
She's
is
pretty
Boblex
hot.
vibrating? I don't think Boblex is
Vibrating.
vibrating.
No, I don't think so.
I'm vibing.
Answer, Boblex.
Yeah,
Am I vibrating?
you
Or,
vibrate.
or
The cartoon character.
the cartoon character? Obviously the green M&M, but prior to the boot change. I think that ruined it for me,
Okay.
but
So you would fall on the side of boot change was very bad.
yeah. I can't eat M&Ms anymore.
Okay. Finally, a
Traumatized.
good take.
Finally, the correct take.
Yeah.
Continue to think about this answer.
Only me and YMS answered, by the way. Okay, and now
Yeah.
Knew
Boblex.
right away
with
too.
with
Yeah,
authority.
yeah, we knew we were prepared. We did our homework for this. We're
Tony the
taking the
Tiger
panel seriously.
is the hottest cereal mascot. I will continue to stand by that. I think Tony the Tiger could totally get it. I also didn't really think of until tonight, like that the Beast from Beauty and the Beast is actually very sexy. I didn't think about it, but
Why
yeah,
are
I'd be down for that. What?
I'd be a Tony fan if his voice didn't sound like a geriatric 95-year-old.
Oh God, that's the hottest part though. That's like the
Oh, yeah?
hottest part
That's
about
the
him. Yeah,
draw.
it's like
Okay.
that could be like you could be the father figure I never had. You know, that would be it.
The
Yeah.
grandfather figure.
Yeah, the grandfather figure. Yeah.
What about that little robot from Wall-E, the little white robot? Or is that like pedo sort of shit?
I
So
would feel like I would be
quite young.
predatory.
What
Yeah,
was
I
it,
feel like it's
Eve?
predatory.
Eve,
Wait,
yeah,
how
yeah,
old
yeah.
is she?
We don't know.
It's a robot. Doesn't matter.
It's a
does it?
robot.
Robot.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you were talking
It's a
about
robot. Who
Wall-E.
gives a shit?
You said it's predatory though. How so?
Well, okay, so I was thinking Wall-E the robot because he's by himself, he's lonely, he hasn't been around anybody in a really long time. I feel like it's predatory for me to like, and I don't know how old he is either. He doesn't look very smart. So,
What about cartoon Garfield?
Cartoon Garfield.
No.
That dude's like 40 years old, but I don't know. He's kind of tiny. It feels wrong. Yeah.
Who voiced him?
Just for the Bill Murray voice.
Yeah. Only for the Bill Murray voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Lots of cats.
Yeah,
It's
there's a
about
bit
the
of a pattern with
personality.
Stardust.
Dude,
and
no,
her,
the beast is not a cat, is he? I don't know what the
I
beast
mean,
is.
it's like a huge mammal beast, like,
He's just
Yeah,
like
and
some
then you
some.
sort
like
of
Tony the
beast.
Tiger, and you want to get railed by a lion.
I
Like,
don't want
feel
to
like
get
they're-
railed by a
If
lion.
you got
I'm
it for
just
$10 million
saying,
dollars.
if there was $10 million on the table, you're telling me that you wouldn't
I
get
thought it
railed
was
by a
100.
lion?
Is it down to 10 already?
I already. Oh no, I started with 10 million.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Only 10 million.
You wouldn't do it for $1 million?
probably not for $1 million. No.
Really? Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
Shrek. We're missing Shrek.
Shrek, I'd probably get with. I'd probably get with Shrek.
Wait, what, human or ogre form?
Ogre form.
What? They're a fucking
Not
ogre.
the human form. No way.
That's madness. They're fucking ugly.
Well, I don't know. I like his personality. I think it's funny. So
Their cock's
You'd
probably some
have
sort
to.
of
His personality
weird
doesn't
ogre
change when he
catastrophe.
turns to a human. Well,
Yeah.
the
yes,
ogre in
kind of. He turns
particular.
kind of into an asshole. So
I think those like ears on his head are probably like dicks or some shit, something weird like that. Like fuck that.
yeah, imagine what you can do.
Nah, fucking hell, it's weird. Let him change to a human first, if anything.
Why are you whispering?
If you're self-publishing on
getting aroused.
Amazon, you can make things that are you can write like romance erotica that involves like shapeshifters, but they have to be
True.
in human form. Like when
What?
you do it, like you
That's
can't
the
have
rule for
sex with them.
self-publishing on Amazon?
Yes, I do know that.
Are there not like furry smut? No, I guess not.
Well,
Huh.
it's not like
romance furry
those
shit?
aren't like they're not like animals.
Oh
right?
wait, so when they shapeshift, they like lose their brain too? They have like they get cow brain and they're not a human brain anymore?
Well, I guess when they're describing like body parts and stuff, because it's
Yeah.
it's erotica, and so it's like you
What's
can't be
that-
like his giant, whatever bear cock. I'm sorry.
But what's that thing called? In someone in my chat remind me. What's that test where there's that image of the dragon going Gronk, and they said no, that's wrong. But if the dragon is like, yes, I am the over legal age, the Harkness test. Yeah, look at the Harkness test.
Oh my god.
I don't see anything
I've
wrong
seen
with
a
that.
video about that. That guy that made the video about paedophiles are based actually. What's his name? Gothorix.
Cothrix? Yeah.
Yes.
What is
man.
that?
That's bizarre.
Some fucking weird dude that wants to fuck dragons. It's literal madness.
What did you say?
The
Satanic.
dragons aren't real.
No, but like if it but if dragons were real, he would be first in line to fuck that dragon. No two ways about it.
Wait, what was the thing
Oh, yeah.
you mentioned? The dragon what?
A Harkness test?
Oh,
Yeah, the Harkness
Like,
test.
yeah,
It's
like
like,
sexy
I don't
dragon
know.
shit.
Fucking whatever. I don't really care if it's like cartoons, human adult brains. I really don't give a shit. At a certain point, it just becomes like thought policing, in my opinion.
oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, no, of course, yeah, I agree. It's
Yeah, I mean, like if it's like if I don't know, like I don't have that. I don't know what my I don't really have much of a threshold for just being like I don't care what someone masturbates to, Like the harm would be done if they were carrying out an actual action onto, someone who can't consent, right? I would consider that to be a great harm, but if someone's masturbating to something, it's like I don't know. I'd rather have them masturbating than like than committing the act, right?
But
If
you
that's
can
It's
the
definitely a
outlet.
very
masturbate
different
to-
level. Yeah, you're right.
masturbate to thoughts of them.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. People are, there's so many different fetishes, and the range of what someone can be attracted to is like infinite. Like, someone could be attracted to like this microphone right here, and they see my stream and they're like, holy shit, is he gonna kiss it? Like, there's like, we're all just fucked up. We're all really fucked up because, society is super sexually repressed, and so, human beings grow up being like, what the? I don't even know what sex is, and then the part of your brain that needs to attach onto something sexual is like, well, this is the most important urge in the human body, and then it attaches onto something, and it's like, oops, I'm a furry now. Whoopsie, how did that happen?
Oops, I'm a transsexual now.
You kind of just
a common
have to deal
problem.
with it, you know. Except that there's like a lot of weird people and a lot of bizarre people in society that, you know,
Yeah.
I would say as long as there's no actual harm being committed onto somebody, then, yeah, whatever. Like, what can you do? No one
Well,
can
yes.
control their own desires. No one can control their
In
sexuality.
my
true.
experience, the more normal, like quote unquote normal, the more like kind of boring, just like cis white dude, who just looks like, I don't know, preppy. What do people even call it these days? Do people still say
Bro.
preppy? Well, not even bro, but just like someone that just
White
looks
collar.
like, yeah, just like you would not really like remember them. They would just look like any other.
Generic.
Yeah,
Mhm.
generic, exactly. The more
Trying
generic,
to fit in.
or maybe not trying, just actually fitting, like just actually being a part of. So the more
Normie.
Yeah, what about them?
Okay, the thing about them is, men like that, I have found in my personal dating experience, when I was young, is that the more normie they look, the weirder their kinks are. Or
Interesting.
the more, yeah, the more stuff that's involved.
Yeah, I think that the nobody really thinks about like just how many people have like really weird fetishes. You know?
I feel like it's kind of the inverse too. Like, I'm very sexually explicit on the internet, but I feel like sexually I'm like pretty normy
Mhm.
and like not that crazy or adventurous with it.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think there's a separation for me. So like when I'm talking on the internet, I'm usually like memeing. And I try to like depersonalize a lot of it, right? Like when it comes to like sexuality and sexual stuff related to me, I try to like really keep my personal stuff like as far away from like what I'm joking about or whatever, if that
Oh, yeah?
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's weird because like it's weird because there's always this like perception that if you're not like overly sexual or if you yourself don't talk about like sexual stuff like other people do, then you're just not a sexual being, I guess, which I feel like is
yeah.
kind of a little bit toxic. It's in
That-
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a good amount of people. I guess it's not as common now, but like a lot of people were just assuming like, oh yeah, women just don't masturbate. They don't like think of sexual things. It's like, yeah, there's women that look at porn, you know.
I've never seen
Not
a
just a
woman
guy thing.
orgasm in my life.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, it says more about the person.
Yeah. Yeah. So I definitely have like seen that. So it's weird. And then I have people who are like, Star, you make such fucked up jokes. Like there's no way you're not like completely weird. And I'm like, well, I don't know about that. Like I think I just like making fucked up jokes. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Never underestimate the range of human brains, you know.
Multifaceted.
We love to put things into like easy to understand boxes and categories so we can traverse the planet a bit easier without actually having to, you know, have complicated thoughts on every single person you interact with. It's easier to do that, but it winds up giving us a less accurate version of reality, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And then you bring that less accurate version of reality to Twitch panels.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pee again because
Okay.
I had caffeine and alcohol.
no problem.
so
Have fun.
I'll be right back.
Feel free to leave whenever
it's gonna
you
be
want.
a fun pee. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
good
I'm gonna
luck, buddy.
cross streams with myself. It's gonna be so much fun.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Personal stream. I was going to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say.
Happens to me all
Happens.
the time.
I hope he survives his trip to the bathroom.
I hope so
Yeah.
too.
Dangerous journeys, you know.
Mm.
Treacherous journey.
What is the next topic, Stardust?
What is the most TMI thing you've told to an internet audience?
Ooh. It's a good question.
Hmm.
I feel like I have the terrible habit of joking about things that in my mind are like very obvious jokes. And then I will hear from people later about how my jokes got like telephone game told across different internet platforms. And now they've like metastasized and I've got like insane secrets or something.
Can I have a preview?
Have a preview?
Like something, I don't know if you want to save it for the topic or like if you have like an example.
I'll have to think about it.
What's the question?
The second question is, what is like the most personal, like TMI thing that you've told on the internet? Serious
That I've
or
told?
non-serious? Yeah.
Oh, but I don't know. I can tell it again. I don't care, but
You've
it
already
might
told
like. Well, yeah, you said that I've told on the internet, right? That's a part
it?
of it.
Okay, all right, yeah,
right?
sure. Yeah.
Oh shit! There's so many of them. I really like. Yeah, I'm mostly a bunch of weird sex shit. My chat's giving me suggestions. They have like a list. No. Well, I talked about. Fuck. I've tried to decide which one here. This is a different audience. It's not just my own Twitch stream. I have to remember that.
Go with both. Go with both. Why not both?
Both? Okay. Well, one of them's gonna sound fake. It's gonna sound like I'm bragging, but so I got tendinitis in both arms, and it was affecting my ability to edit. But also, I'm a human being who is, a sexual human being because that's what most human beings, not everyone, are. And so I would also masturbate, and I was like, okay, well, this is probably hurting my wrists while I'm trying to recover. I've literally got my like wrists in like my hands in like immobilizers or whatever. I'm like, I probably shouldn't be doing anything with them, but I don't know. Like after a few days of like not coming, then you're like, oh shit, maybe I should. And then the penis part of your brain takes over. So I was like, what am I going to do to stop this? And I'm in a weird, know a lot of queer people, weird community, and so I'm aware of things like chastity cages. And so I was like, okay, I'll just do one of those. But then I couldn't find one that fits me because I guess my dick's too thick. And so I bought like I went around looking like everywhere for like a chastity cage that I could fit in. I went on a website called lockthecock.ca, which is a Canadian website.
Lock the cock.
And they had like every single and it measured like the circumference of all of them, and I got the biggest one. It was still like fucking pinching me, and I couldn't use it. And so now I literally have like a Ziploc bag of like 6 different chastity cages that I have no use for that I'm just gonna like give away to somebody. But yeah, that was frustrating. That's a story, and it sounds fake because it sounds like I'm just bragging about my penis size, but
Trust you.
yeah.
How do
Yeah.
those cages work? Like, how does it make you come?
No, it's not about. It's about preventing you from coming.
Oh, all right.
Maybe
It's about
pinching
preventing you.
on purpose,
So
then.
it's preventing you. It's supposed to keep you from getting hard, basically. So it's like
Oh.
you're supposed to put it on your flaccid PP, and you lock it or whatever. It's like a device that stops you from getting hard, and so you just wear that for however long. And then people who are really into like I don't know, orgasm denial or BDSM or chastity, I guess is the word. Then yeah, a lot of people.
Wait, it stops you from getting hard? I thought.
Yeah, it prevents your PP from getting bigger because it's a cage that's.
I've also tried to use these before because like just like taking lewd pictures with them. I will say though, like I feel like they're not the most effective at actually stopping you from getting hard.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's
Especially if you like it.
It would have to be like pretty form fitting to be like,
Right.
effective, I guess.
I just feel like they've been like pretty uncomfortable.
By the way,
And,
chat, the first
that's
poll has
part-
been posted. I'll post it again. But Yeah, first poll. So please go vote. Right. Sorry. Continue, guys.
Yeah, sorry, Adam. What was the second tale you've got for us?
The
Yeah,
second one,
second
I
tale.
was like, how old was I? I was still living in Alberta. I was like close to 18, I guess, and just a young person, like exploring my sexuality and finding intimacy for the first time ever, being with people that like didn't really love me, but I only found out later, sort of thing. Just and I was on a camping trip with one of them, and this guy was like just kind of a piece of shit, and I had his dick in my butt, and after he came, he decided to pee in my butt
Oh
with the
no.
like not without
Did
my
he ask?
consent, and I was like,
Oh
"Why?"
no.
Yeah, and we were like in a
That's
tent.
terrible.
We were like in a tent, and nothing. It didn't get everywhere. It was like I was able to like, like Kegel, and then waddle out of the tent after the fact. And he was like, "What? You were like
That's
dragging me
so
hard." I'm
gross.
like, "You're full of shit." He was
Holy
totally
shit.
lying. What an asshole. Yeah, he peed in my butt without consent.
That's so
That was so
disgusting.
annoying.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's like
I'd
kind
be
of piece of shit.
pissed.
full fault, right?
Yeah, I waddled
don't
to the
think that's
outhouse,
legal.
and I did not spill.
I've definitely,
Same.
I'm gonna win this
embarrassingly,
fucking round. Is all I'm saying. Nobody.
I've
nobody can
choked
tell me
on
shit.
dicks before, and just like
No one's ever-
puked all over them, which is
No one's ever pissed in my
mortifying.
ass. So I don't know if I can beat piss in the ass. I'm sorry. The best I've got is
Yeah, nobody.
my private DMs got leaked because of the grooming
shit.
allegations. You know, I had to clear my name and embarrass myself further. But yeah, other than that, I haven't really. I'm quite a private person generally. You know, I love hearing obviously other people's tales. But yeah, I don't really share that much. Maybe someone in chat can help me. Come back to me. Maybe I've got something.
My philosophy is
so-
like, if I have to think about like whether or not like it's wrong to share something, and the only argument is just like, oh, it's taboo. Like, it's something that I need to work on myself. If I'm uncomfortable about it, then it's like, oh, that's just something a hurdle that I need to get over in my own head. You know, like why I don't know. I'm just trying to be
yeah.
introspective about it.
I do think
I
in
have
the
a
UK we're
question.
very weird about sex. We're very like,
In
don't
the
talk about
UK?
sex. Yeah, we're like,
Much
don't
less
talk about
than the
sex.
US.
Yeah, the UK. Most of like my UK friends like seem to like be much more open about it than the US.
Yeah. European countries are much more open about sexuality than the United States.
I do have a
But
question.
also,
I guess the UK isn't European anymore. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
it
I
kind of
imagine
is
that, like,
in a way.
Yeah.
I imagine having like your private DMs though, like that hasn't happened to me yet. Knock on wood, I guess of something. But I can't imagine having like your just cringe flirtatious DMs leaked to
Yeah,
everyone.
nobody
and
sounds
it's
good
like
like that.
just it's like
Yeah.
God damn, that would be,
Yeah.
someone put like actually I don't respond to any
Thank you,
texts,
Hiem.
but if
I love
did,
you.
I'm sure I would be
You're very
embarrassed if they
kind.
got leaked just because,
We're doing
Right.
Chaoscast right now, but
Yeah, I don't
I'm
I don't
probably
feel like I
gonna
do things
head
that I
out
can't
soon. I
defend
don't know. We'll see.
publicly, privately. You know?
well, not like it was wrong, but it's just like,
Oh, I wasn't trying to imply that you were. Sorry.
oh no, not. I just mean
Yeah.
like, I guess it's just kind of more like if it was more than you would be willing to share with the world
Mm-hmm.
publicly, like it's like going past a boundary, like regardless, because it's like whoever you're talking to them. You expect
Yeah.
to be saying it to them, and then it's said to the world. So
I know what you mean. I think that a lot of our understanding or apprehension or fear, I guess, of like private things being public. I think I sometimes I fantasize about like what if everyone's DMs got leaked at the same time? Right?
interesting.
Like what if then no one would be, I guess unless you're like a pedophile and that got leaked. Then otherwise, aside from that, like unless you're doing something like heavily illegal or
Oh my
immoral,
God.
then you
No,
can't really like
all-
criticize someone for just doing like
Yeah.
some weird sort of like role play thing, you know? I think
mean,
that I
like,
don't know.
a lot of
As a
broken
person that's
families, I think.
yeah.
Because
Yeah, maybe,
like,
yeah.
yeah, you probably read like your partner or your or whatever. And I mean, a lot of people wouldn't mind, but then some people, you know,
Hmm.
sorry,
What's the most
I guess.
got alert.
What's the
Sorry.
most TMI thing you've revealed, Aiko? If you don't mind me asking. If you don't want to answer, it's okay.
Wait, what? I'm
The
sorry,
most
I got an
TM
alert.
Oh no, it's okay. The most TMI thing that you've told the internet or told your audience.
No, in a sexual way?
In
Or
any
just
way, I guess.
Anyway?
Nobody said that.
In
What?
any way, yeah.
I guess. I mean, it kind of depends on what someone else would consider too much information, but I definitely have cried multiple times and like been streaming um and like when I shouldn't, like longer than I should have streamed. Like I should have been cut off at that point. I still stand by everything ultimately. Like I did the best that I could at the time. Um and I would do some things and not some other things. But I know preferably it'd be better if it didn't happen. You know what I mean? But so it's not that it's wrong, it's just more information. I don't know.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah, when I say TMI, it's not like necessarily that I'm saying wrong, right? Just like I guess most personal things or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with like I think and I think I don't know, like people watch you stream for so many hours a day every day, like they're going to get to know you, right? So like
Mhm.
I've cried multiple times on stream. Like it's embarrassing, but like it's just what it is, right? Like if I
Yeah.
spend 7 hours every day on stream, it's going to happen inevitably. So, yeah.
Maybe like
But
just uh more that like crying is a part of it. But I'm very unproductive when I cry about things, so
yeah.
but kind of just more like if I'm worked up and I'm still streaming and I should have my feelings off stream. And instead I just say a bunch of stuff
Mhm.
and I stand by most of it, but there you go. It's like the way that it affected the world didn't have to happen.
Yeah.
What's an example of this?
Oh god. I'm really stoned. Hold on. I'll have to
Oops.
hold on to that and I will tell you after I'm this stoned.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I platformed the
I
Proud Boy. That's what I did. That would probably be better and should not happen.
You did what?
I platformed a Proud Boy
Oh,
Mm.
during my 14-hour stream over when Prime's former producer Kurt. I mean, Kurt was a producer for everyone at one point, but he
Mhm.
but yeah, so when no one cared that he was sending inappropriate DMs sexually and racially.
is that really TMI though? I mean, that's just like
Oh no,
maybe
I
like
mean
not
like
good behavior, but
I mean like what I'm saying is the context of it was that was the stream that I was doing. Sorry, my mouth is super dry, but yeah, that's I was overly emotional, and so I had a Proud Boy on my stream, and it was on Twitter. You know, ultimately, it wasn't that big of a deal,
Mhm.
but I own that it was a thing.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. I'm very stoned. I apologize.
That's all right.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I'll give an example of something that I told on stream recently, which was I when I was younger, I was ending like a relationship with my boyfriend. We'd been together for like 4.5 years, and both of us were crying, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea, but I figured I'll give him a sad hand job, and so I gave him a sad hand job.
Oh.
Yeah, and so both of us are crying our eyes out. I decide that, you know what, it will make him feel better if I give him a hand job. I don't know why a hand job specifically. We normally didn't do hand jobs, okay? So like, or at least I usually didn't do that. I usually put a lot more effort into it. But I don't know why, but I decided he's crying, I'm crying. This would be a great time to do a hand job. So I gave him a hand job, and he stopped crying, and I finished him, and then I spent the night, and then I left in the morning, and like that was the end of our relationship. He didn't even get me off
Shit.
either. He didn't get me off. I
Oh,
gave him
wow.
a hand job while both of us are bawling our eyes out. Dude can't even get me off.
You know what? I know why.
So did he have a sad cum, BB?
He did have a sad cum, yeah. So
Okay.
Was it sad or was it happy?
I don't know, honestly. He fell asleep, so
Oh,
yeah.
I think that the reason why you gave him a hand job and not like a blow job or sex is because you were already removed from the situation and like you were on equal footing, as in like you're both upright and his dick is not in your mouth, right? I don't know.
It was very metaphorical for them to both be upright. The
I'm just
imagery.
imagining.
I don't know that I don't know it's that deep. Honestly, I think it was just awkward. It was really awkward. Both of us are bawling our eyes out. We're both ugly crying. And so I just figure, like, what will make him feel better? I'll give him a hand job, even though I usually would have done other things, you know? So, yeah.
Pegging?
No, not pegging.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I gave him a hand job, a sad hand job, to make him stop crying. And he stopped crying, and he fell asleep. And he did not return the favor. So, yeah, that's nice.
Boo.
I'm glad he didn't, though. I'm glad he didn't. Honestly, I'm really glad he didn't. Probably would have made it harder for me to get over things. So, yeah.
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 How long ago was that?
It was a long time ago. I was much younger. So, yeah. It's not TMI. It was nice of you. I feel like that was TMI of me to say. I feel like it was TMI. I told that story like 2 days ago. So,
It's fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
Lex,
encourage TMI conversations. I encourage them.
Yeah. All right,
So,
Bowplex. Oh, Chudlogic has one.
I've got one now, yeah. So basically, there was this French girl I met in London. She was like handing out leaflets for a club. She called herself Cocaine Ketamine. She was fucking crazy. I raw dogged her in a hotel. That's it. That's my story. I shared that. Nothing that big, you know, but raw dogging a random person you've just met, kind of fucking risky, you know? And that was a lot of information to share with my stream.
Hmm.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have one, Bowplex?
remember.
You don't have to answer. if you
Not
don't.
really, because like I feel like I don't really consider anything I say to my audience like too much information. I'm pretty much like an open book in so many case scenarios, and I also have a horrible memory, so I completely forget what I tell my audience like the day after it happens. So I don't know. Maybe I've said something. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. I just talk and then people listen. So I don't know.
Yeah. I do talk about my dad's penis quite a bit, but that's more like a running joke. Yeah. Like I tell people I saw my dad's dick one time because I think it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
how-
you say it's a
how
running
old
joke,
is
but did it
he?
happen though?
It did. Yeah. It did.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Cut
saw
or
his
uncut?
dick. Cut. Yeah. He was cut.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like
Yeah,
4.
this was the Stardust Rising. That was a part of it.
What? Me seeing my
Yeah.
dad's dick was part of me rising?
No, I mean that was
I don't know how
like a
I
meme.
don't know how I feel about that.
Part of her dad
weird.
rising.
Oh
Yeah, my dad
fucking-
rising.
Oh my god. Oh.
No, that's what I remember. I remember Stardust becoming popular or more popular, whatever, growing. I still have that clip of John Zerka being like, I'm never platforming Stardust again. And ever since
Yeah.
then, it's been your dad's stick and, platforming Stardust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay because I never told John Zerka my dad's dick story, and you know what? He doesn't deserve to hear it.
No,
So
he doesn't.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
He
I want to
has-
make I
doesn't
want to
like
make more jokes about like fucking my dad, but I don't think he would understand like internet culture, you know.
Yeah, see, I can only make these jokes because my dad's not around. So yeah.
It
yeah.
worries me. My dad like browses Reddit a lot. I always like I'm nervous that he'll come across pornography of me or something.
I was having dinner with my dad and two other YouTubers at Toronto Film Festival. Um, and we had just come out of a Michelle Haneke film, my favorite director, and I don't know what prompted me to say this, but I was like, yeah, Michelle Haneke is my daddy. And then I realized that my actual dad was there, and I was kind of drunk, and he was like giving me a weird look, and I was like, no, you don't understand. You're my dad, but he's my daddy. And he just like kind of shook his head and said like, I'm gonna
Huh.
pretend I didn't hear that. I was like, ah, shit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of dinners, like I was telling the other day, my chat, I used to have like a group of friends, and the running meme for a couple of months was just about like foreskins and phimosis or whatever, and that was
Oh yeah.
like the jokes. They would just make jokes about phimosis and foreskins, and my mom's a physician, or she was a physician, and one day I was having dinner with her and my sister, and I don't know how they got onto the topic of foreskin, but it was like the memes from the internet were coming out into real life. And like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And um, she was talking about circumcision, and then she started talking about like, phimosis. And my sister's like, what's phimosis? And then I was like, oh no. Oh no.
What is phimosis?
We're eating dinner and she's telling us
It's
about
champagne and
phimosis.
orange juice.
What
And
a
I'm
great
like,
dinner
God damn
conversation.
it. Well, that's like just what it is. Maybe this is why I have like a really hard time with filters because, yeah, well, it's just, you know what? I did tell my chat also one time about how my mom used to put anal suppositories in me when I was really little, and I'd get sick when I go to India. I would inevitably get like food poisoning of some sort or whatever, and so she was afraid of me like throwing up any like medicine that she would give me, so she'd just like
Yeah.
she'd just give me
You,
a pill up my butt.
you just
Yeah.
revived memories of my mom sticking pills up my butt too. Yeah.
Hey,
Really?
listen.
Yeah.
I
Same
didn't
shit.
consent to this.
I'm sorry. It's just this. I think this is partly why I'm so afraid of butt stuff. I'm just scared of butt stuff.
What did
You
you
know?
poop all over your mom?
No, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I never
Oh.
pooped on her though, but I didn't like the pill up my butt.
It was traumatizing.
Have you tried poppers?
What is that?
Hey, pop,
Butt sex drug.
they're based. Basically, you sniff this thing, and well, it's
Yeah,
a
they're
muscle
popular in
relaxant.
the UK. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very popular. Yeah, there's a lot of gay fellas that are all over that shit. But I never took it for that reason. I just took it because it felt nice, the relaxation of taking it. But people take it because it relaxes your anus. So you can get a big old dick up there, or other items, presumably.
hmm
Abaddon in chat is asking an important question. Do cis women actually enjoy anal? Like, does it feel good?
I don't know because I've never tried
It
it.
depends. I
don't
shouldn't be answering.
remember,
I'll let you guys answer
honestly.
first. I'm sorry.
Honestly,
I'm
I don't
opinionated on
remember.
everything.
I've had friends who like it. So I have friends who like swear by it, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, it hurts so badly, but it feels really good." And so when they say like, "Oh yeah, it hurts so much the first time and it hurts so badly." I'm like, "Dude, I really don't. That's not really like selling it to me." But
Shouldn't do it like that. That's not doing it well.
yeah.
There's
So,
right and wrong ways
yeah.
to do it. You don't
I'm
have to feel
scared.
pain at any moment.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't continue on if you can't continue without pain. It's not like you don't have like a hymen for your ass, right?
Yeah.
No.
You know, like you don't have to break anything to get in for the first time or something. I don't know. That's concerning to me. But it's been literally so long that I can't remember I honestly can't remember.
It's
I'm
fair
gonna be
enough.
thinking about that now. I'm gonna be like, when was?
Because I feel like whenever I hear cis women talk about anal and like describe how it feels and why they enjoy it like weirds me out. Like I hear cis women talking about like, oh, it's amazing because it makes you feel like you're shitting, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd say that's the draw, and I'm not sure I would
people
describe
have
it that way
different,
either.
like the human body's sensory receptors are all, connected to the brain in some way, and everyone's brain is different, so.
Yeah,
True. If you're mentally into it, then that's probably
right.
that's probably the point. The taboo-ness of it.
Hmm.
Also, oh, want
Destiny
TMI?
wasn't following before. Sorry.
Would you like too much information? I will drop it here right now because I just remembered it. I'm one of those Christian girls that did anal before regular sex because,
Oh.
it doesn't count.
Yeah.
The loophole.
Thank you for the raid.
Yeah.
The
Steven.
loophole.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's like an eclipse. It's like Mormons have soaking, born again evangelicals have it the other way.
Catholics have child molestation, obviously.
Right. Everyone's got their thing.
Oh God,
Not
dude.
Catholic.
Please.
I'm not Catholic, but yeah. I mean, they're pedos everywhere. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd imagine the amount of pedophiles is higher than people think.
You think so?
I don't know. I've been watching some Mr. Girl streams, so.
Right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mr. Girl memes, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was fairly traumatized in the beginning because I thought it was really just because I felt like I was insane, because because of like he described something he called rape, and
Oh yeah.
Mm.
That was a disturbing conversation.
yes, but that wasn't it wasn't the topic, it was the fact that he did it. It's not hypothetical, it's not what in his head. It's not like, oh, like our kid's hot. It's like something he said that he pulled her down onto his dick when she said she wasn't ready. And it was like a Tinder date, a first time meeting person. So he described every step of it. Everything he put out there was like a description of rape, but he also said that consent is complicated and some things we think of as not rape are rape and some things we think of as rape aren't, and he called it an advanced maneuver to destiny. So it's like when people didn't they didn't pay attention to that, or they like assumed that there was nuance to it, it really fucked with me. But then when I realized that he's literally just a relic of 2005, from that time, like before we knew rape culture was a thing. It's just like kind of rape culture denial. But so now it does. He specifically doesn't bother me anymore. But I think I was just traumatized. Like that started
Just that, like, one instance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like there are certain topics where there might be like some way to have a nuanced, interesting conversation about them. But like I personally am not the one to like have those conversations just because I know that I'll feel like too emotional about it. And I do feel like pedophilia stuff is like kind of one of those things where I'm just like, I could not have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
That's exactly why I watch his content.
Yeah,
Because
that's kind of
they're
why.
conversations that most people are not willing to have, and for good
But that's
reason
why
too.
I
Because
found, him
people's emotions are
interesting.
really heavily attached to the outcomes of those conversations,
Yeah.
right? So
It's like
That's why I reached out to him too, because I felt like he was talking about really interesting things, and I felt like kind of like a kinship with him, as far as like exploring these very, very emotionally charged situations and very emotionally heavy situations. So, yeah.
Have any of you heard of the term autogynephilia?
Please
Yes.
I've
tell me
heard
what
of
that
it,
means.
but
It's
but
there are girls that I know who like create entire false like personalities of themselves to like make themselves seem less like autogynephiles. But basically, it's this like really contentious term in trans communities. And the idea is that there's like some trans people who are aroused by the idea of transition or like of being a woman.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can see how like this kind of topic is the thing that makes people very uncomfortable because it like questions like if trans people are legitimate and so on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, but that ties into what I was saying earlier of just like there's such a gigantic range of like what can motivate somebody for sexuality and identity and like all these things. It's like there is no yes or no answer. It's always yes and no.
Hmm.
You know, when you're trying to describe a group, you can't just say like, oh yeah, trans people are this or furries are this or anything, right? Like there's going to be exceptions and varieties to the rule no matter what. So
Yeah.
It's
And I
really-
would
it's
say
just-
that like,
yeah.
no, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was done.
Oh, I mean, just like the reason I bring it up is because like I have gotten a lot of like shit, I guess, for like being pretty like open and talking about how I feel I personally identify with this like label of autogynephilia and like describing my experiences like very honestly about them. And it reminds me a lot of how Mr. Girl talks about sex stuff and like some of the taboo. But yeah, people really don't like it. And that's like probably one of the more TMI things that I've shared with people. It's just like sexual experiences.
Yeah. I think you know, like if people just don't like there being a discussion about that, like fuck them, you know?
Yeah.
Grow up. There's people on the internet like the type of shit that we're exposed to. I don't know how old everybody is, but like the fact that we're, you know, in this conversation right now and we're not children and we're not boomers. The type of shit that we're exposed to and we're familiar with and is just commonplace is like so wildly different than our parents' generation, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's always moving further and further towards just like, oh, okay, like yeah, sure, this is weird, but whatever, you know, we're used to it, grow up,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
And I
Like,
think that's
I
how
don't
it
know.
should be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Like I don't
like-
think people should be mad for you like expressing your sexual experience or interest or what have you. Like you're
Right.
just being open about it and there's nothing like illegal or nobody's getting hurt by it. You're just sharing it. Like I don't think it's a
Well, one of the weird
deal.
things is that like
Sure.
people will accuse the creator of this theory, Ray Blanchard, of like accusing people of lying about their sexual experience if they don't match up with what his opinion is. But like people will do the same thing with me, where they'll like accuse me of lying or like perpetrating like a false thing. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like I'm just sharing my experiences.
Yeah, exactly. Plus why would you
right.
be lying if it like makes people uncomfortable? That seems
Right,
like
or makes me
counterintuitive.
look bad. Because like
Yeah,
it does
it's
make me
like-
look bad. And like
Yeah.
yeah.
people try so hard to not seem like they fit into that kind of stereotype. And I want to challenge people's like perceptions a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm a little like stoned and therefore like
You're all
confused.
good.
So what's your position exactly? Like what don't people like?
Oh,
Or-
the term of the concept of autogynephilia. The idea that like some trans people are aroused by the idea of like transition or like being women. It's a very uncomfortable idea because it sort of challenges like what it means to be trans and the actual like reasons why people might transition, and it sort of feeds into these
Yeah.
like conservative ideas about why people transition.
I would argue
there's
like
anything-
Wait. So
sorry.
Um. So, but does it matter? I guess is more like if that were the case, does that matter?
I mean, I think it's like people have a legitimate reason to transition, or like I feel I do, right? Which is like this underlying dysphoria where it's like suffering as a result of presenting a certain way, right? But then like there's that, and then slightly separate to that is like this maybe sexual component that some people have. And I feel like it's not that different from like any other sexual kink that people have, where it's like it's something that is only really relevant in like a bedroom setting, and as long as you don't bring it outside of that, I think it's okay.
Wait,
I
I'm
think
sorry.
that
I still
sorry.
don't understand what you're saying exactly.
Okay.
I guess
Is
I
that
can
because-
relate to what you're saying, April, because I feel like I've always kind of related in a certain way, and I know it's not the same, but like I've always had like moments, a lot of moments where I felt like I'm not attractive enough or I'm not feminine enough, and I long to be more feminine. I never like I think I always grew up feeling a little bit more masculine than my peers, you know, and I hated it. And I don't know if that's just like an internal thing with me, but you know, I'm always like I feel like striving to be like, I guess like what I don't know. Like what I think I should be, you know, like what I want to be, I guess. And I can see getting like a lot of pleasure out of that, right? When you finally feel like you've reached that what you're looking for. It is arousing in a way, I guess.
But
Yes, sort of. I mean, also, I think it's just like
don't know.
it's such a broad theory that it really encompasses
Yeah.
like a lot of sexual actions. And I would say that like there's like a version of autogynephilia that is like pretty not very extreme, which I think is like more descriptive of my experience. Where like I'm not the kind of person who's like aroused by dressing like a woman, right? And that's what people think of when they like the term gets brought up. And so people are like very quick to be like, no, that's not what it is. And I think that like that's legitimate because that's like that's a little bit different of a thing. But yeah,
Sorry,
go on.
I-
Go on.
I'm still not clear on exactly what your position is or what you're saying. Like you're describing different things, but I'm not sure exactly what your position is.
Are you understanding what I'm saying when I'm like describing what autogynephilia is?
Like you're saying like cross dressing that some people are just cross dressing but also technically
It's
men. Is that what that
it's the
is?
separation between someone who's transitioning between for saying like, oh, I feel like I am a woman on the inside versus I am sexually attracted to the idea that I am a woman or that I appear as a woman. So it's like a separate classification where it's not necessarily like, oh, someone has to be one or the other. Someone can be both. There are varying degrees of how much one can be on one side. Did I get that correct? Is that
Yeah, that's
essentially
totally correct. I mean, it's just like
okay?
for me, I would say when I imagine a sexual scenario, the idea that like I'm a woman in that sexual scenario makes it more arousing for me, right? And that's like not very typical for people with my genitals. And that would technically be considered like autogynephilia, right? And I sort of want to normalize like that experience because a lot of people, it's like a very taboo thing that people are very uncomfortable talking about. But I sort of think that there's this like iron law of like talking to trans women where the longer you talk to a trans woman, the more likely it is that they're going to reveal something that is like sort of borderline on this spectrum of like autogynephilia. And I don't think that people need to be like necessarily ashamed of that because as long as you're
Not at
not
all.
like shoving it in people's faces, as long as it's like something that is only like a consensual sex thing that you do with your partner or whatever, I think that it's okay and people need to be like not so ashamed.
Yeah.
Something-
weird that-
Wait, I'm sorry. I still don't get like the point that you're making. I mean, it sounds like I don't know how you. I guess I don't know what the interesting part, like what the
controversy is?
Yeah, the
Oh.
No,
controversy.
I mean,
Yeah,
like, because from what I see about it is like the idea is there of like, you know, some trans people or people that say that they're trans are trans women are just men
Oh,
who are getting off on being presenting as a
I
woman.
understand what
that
you're
would be
saying.
the,
I understand what
straw
you're saying.
man.
Yeah, that's
That would
not
be-
the case. So like
Yeah.
the creator of this theory thinks that people with autogynephilia like fall into different camps. So like some people are just men who like cross-dressing, right? And some people are like trans women who have like legitimate gender dysphoria, right? And like a gender identity that is female. But then also they just happen to have like a sexual interest in
Spectrum.
cross-dressing, or
I-
they're just like aroused by the thought of being a woman, right? So like it's not necessarily saying that like trans women are men. It's just saying that like some men and some trans women share this sexual interest, and
I
we
need
need
to
to
get
be
this
honest
out.
think
about
some
that.
like
That's-
just
I've been-
asking, like it sounds like I'm just saying, like I'm not saying this because of you, obviously. Like I am trying to understand, like, you know, when people point things out, it's like, yeah, of course, like there are drag queens and stuff. It's a whole thing on its own, but like I don't know why we would be comparing it to like.
And to be clear,
it's
there are
not-
cis women
it's
who
not
feel this
about
way too. So
drag queens, really, per se. What I'm
yeah, I
gonna
don't-
say
I mean,
here,
you know,
I would
like
like
any
to
kind of
get this
level of-
out.
It's
Go
like
ahead,
what
go
do you
ahead, Adam.
call- Like I don't think that there's, yeah, like you said, a spectrum. There's a spectrum of gender and experience and sexual experience and all that stuff. Like it's all interconnected, but it's like, what are we using this for by specifically trying to like be like, these people are this, these people are doing this.
It's a way that people try to legitimize themselves over others. So someone might
Mhm.
say, "Well, I'm a trans person because I feel like a woman," and they might say that that makes them better than a trans person who does feel like a woman but also gets some sort of sexual satisfaction out of that. Because the idea of sexual satisfaction is unfortunately very taboo in people's minds. You know, it's just something that human beings need to get over at some point. What I want to really bring up is that identity and sexuality are very, very closely attached.
Mhm.
And what people don't realize is whenever you have an issue that's involving, like, I don't know, trans people, gay people, whatever, any sort of thing that is, you know, against the norm being, you know, straight or cis, people really need to start looking at things in a way of like, oh, well, what is the inverse of this? You know, what is it like for a cis person if I were to apply these same rules? So if someone says, yes, I'm a trans person and I get off to the idea of being a woman, even though I'm biologically male, born male, then you can think about like, okay, well, what is let's say like, what does a straight cis male think of when they're masturbating, right? They think of themselves as the dude getting off. Now, I don't think a lot of straight cis males imagine a scenario where they're watching porn where it's like, oh, but I'm also a woman. So in that same respect, they are also getting off to the idea that they are the gender that they are, right?
Mhm.
Everybody is getting off to the idea. If you masturbate and you are imagining yourself in a scenario as a gender, you are already getting off to you being a gender,
Yeah,
right? So
Yeah.
it's not really that different when you think about it.
exactly.
People
Thank you,
just, yeah.
Adam.
So
It's just a matter of
I-
like,
which I
why
fi-
are
which is
we
what-
making?
I think
like,
Bo Blacks wants to
specifically
say
focused-
something really bad.
Oh, I'm
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
we'll let him
go.
get it.
Not really, yeah. I was just gonna say like this whole idea that like what you're saying. I completely forget how to say the word, but the
AGP.
Autogynephilia. Yeah.
autogynephilia, yeah, is a taboo topic within the trans community. It just makes no sense to me, because as your movie Sucks was saying, like if you have like the brain of a woman and you're born a man, naturally your brain would get off to you being a woman. So
Right.
everybody has a
I feel
preference
like
for what
I always
gender they
thought-
are sexually.
Yeah,
And this is
that
what I'm
makes
saying.
Sexuality is a
complete
part
sense.
of your
I feel like it just
a part of
goes
your
hand in
gender
hand
identity.
with having
Like, it's
gender
not that
dysphoria.
weird.
Like
Yeah.
I don't know
If
why
everyone
it's a
does
separate
it, then
issue.
why is it
or it
like in the
devalidates
Unless you're like
context and
asexual, I guess.
dysphoria.
You know,
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
applies to more people than it doesn't, but most people don't want to admit it, and most
Mhm.
people aren't that introspective. You know, most people wouldn't want to
Yeah.
admit to themselves that there is a sexual component to their identity because, unfortunately, society, Joker face, has told us that sexuality is bad. You know, society has told us, or the environment that we exist in is saying like, oh yeah, something that is sexual about something that automatically delegitimizes it when that's just
Right.
not true.
And it's
You
like
know,
it's
we're
been used
sexual
as a
human beings,
bludgeon
right?
so much against trans women. So trans women oftentimes feel the need to like reflexively, you know, stay like 1,000 miles away from this. But when I
Yeah,
have conversations with people, I
yeah.
try to be like very honest about my sexual
Yeah.
experiences. And
Yeah.
I
'cause
want to
I think
add.
I think it
Sorry.
destigmatizes things.
I
think
Listen, we
agree.
need
think
some
that there
fucking
is.
work
I think that the reason why there is a lot of pushback from the trans community towards that concept is because they have to naturally be defensive against these existing arguments of this is just a fetish,
Yes.
or like
Mhm.
comparing it to someone who's masturbating in drag or something, where they are already being met with those arguments. They are already being met with that pushback. And so, of course, a community of people is just going to be like, well, no, not, like not even allowing themselves to truly think about it. Most people are not introspective. Most people don't think about why they're thinking a certain thing. They just think, "Oh, I'm thinking a certain thing, and then let's post hoc justify it," sort of thing. It's
But
not like a tracing back of like, how do I really feel about this, or why do I really feel about this?
I do think that's like
So,
sort of problematic too, because like a lot of times the language that we can use is sometimes like politically expedient, but like sort of ignores the underlying like discussion or what's actually going on. So like when people used to say that like trans women are just like women in men's bodies, right? Or like we're just born in the wrong body. And that was kind of like the elevator pitch of like describing transness to people. But it like really it obscured a lot of the nuances and like made things confusing. Or saying that
yeah,
like gay people, well, they're just born that way. Well, maybe, or maybe it's environmental, but it doesn't really
it doesn't
matter.
matter if they are or not,
Doesn't
right?
matter.
Like if
Yeah.
you can't control your sexuality, it doesn't matter. But unfortunately, if you're trying to pierce the veil of like such an incredibly like stonewalled, no pun intended, social taboo, right? Something that's just like immovable. It's always been this way, and you're trying to introduce an idea of like, oh, maybe it's not. Then you have to use simple language. You have to start out oversimplifying things in a way where it's like, okay, well, this is something that the general public can understand, because most people aren't going to see the nuances of things. Like if you try to, you can't sell someone on the idea of like an entire encyclopedia. You have to be able to market it, right? And then once you market it, once you're like, okay, here's the simple idea, it might be dishonest, but it's a simple idea that people can get behind. It's as honest as it can be while remaining simple. Then at that point, once you get people more interested, then you can go in the specifics.
It's a foot
right?
in the
So,
door to like
yeah,
starting the
exactly. Yeah.
conversation.
But
But
the
really,
foot
I
can't
think
get
that
in the
like,
door if you were to
I'm
explain
sorry.
every single detail,
right.
unfortunately.
And what I want to do is like open that door for people a little bit and say that like, okay, a lot of people do experience this sort of feeling. And is that so weird? And right. And like, is this actually harming people? Well,
Are you saying
probably
that
not.
no, are you saying that like some people that say they're trans aren't actually trans? They're
No.
still
No,
men. But, like that's what I'm seeing with
no.
like
Yeah.
all of this. So I don't know if they're like if it's in the
We're basically
school of
arguing
like
against that
of
position.
Blanchard.
We're saying that like some people have this like sexual experience that has traditionally been used to like
Yeah, and that it's
weaponize.
not less legitimate,
Right.
but that there are
Yeah, it's
people
equally
apprehensive to
legitimate.
the idea of.
Yeah.
So when people
Wait,
try to
so are
say
you
this is my
pro or
experience, then other people try to delegitimize that out of fear that they themselves, as trans people, might be seen as them. They have to like sort of be like, oh, that's not happening in our community, in order to appease other people that are trying to demonize the entire group as a whole.
Yeah, that
Right.
sucks.
so are you a fan of Blanchard or no? Like do you think that they're misunderstood or like what I'm sorry, I'm not really understanding the
No,
difference.
you're fine. It's like a complicated conversation. I would say that I'm not like the biggest fan of Blanchard, but people in their attempt to like totally shut down Blanchard, they've also like they've closed the door to really trying to understand the interplay between sex and gender. And so I would say that like some of what Blanchard described does legitimately describe some of my experiences and some experiences of other trans women, right? And just because like he might be bad in some ways doesn't mean we need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We should also be like able to discuss controversial and difficult topics related to sex and gender.
Yeah.
And even if like people have used that in the past to be like, well, trans women aren't really women, that's terrible, right? But we shouldn't let that like stop us from honestly expressing, our sexual experiences.
Right. So, but is the idea, though, I get to be clear, is the idea that there are like that some of the women that say that they're women are men? Like, is that like a concern, or is it like
It's
we
not
all
any
think
part of
by
it.
the-
Like basically what they're saying is that this experience of being aroused from your identity is not invalid. Being aroused from your identity is completely valid, and that you can, that can be part of why you are trans, right?
Or think about it like this.
Blanchard
Some men
specifically?
are aroused by the idea of thinking about themselves as like super strong, like big dick men. There's like a fetish for this that some men have, right? And it's not like a crazy popular fetish, but it is something that some guys get off to. Does that mean that they're like not men? Not necessarily, right? And so it's only when we talk about trans women where like sometimes a trans woman will be aroused by the idea of like imagining herself as like a very attractive woman, right? And does that make her not a woman? No, not necessarily. It's just a sexual fetish
Fundamentally-
that some people
Fundamentally,
have.
I'm sorry.
I wouldn't.
I don't see how it's fundamentally like if you're saying like trans women, then how is it not like how does that apply to trans women that are women?
I
How does this apply
am going
to
to
like specifically
file a
to
motion that
men?
we move on to another subject because I think we're stuck in a
so
loop.
too.
Yeah, we
I
might be
think so
looping a
too.
little bit.
Yeah, but I do just want to say
Like,
it
I
is
mean-
weird that
Do people know who Blanchard is? Like
I actually don't, but
Yeah,
I can
I
kind of
don't
get an
either.
idea of based
It's
on
like,
what people have said.
what-
But
what you're saying isn't wrong at all. It's just kind of like a based on like the connection to Blanchard and the things that you're saying is kind of like it's more like instead of like automatically being on the same page, it's kind of like I'm trying to discern the difference between like the bad things and the not bad things, like the utility of it,
Yeah.
but this
So
is
just
also, like,
because right, I understand what you're saying. Just because somebody like we don't like the person that's associated with a specific idea doesn't mean that that idea doesn't have any validity that we can look into, right? So so there are plenty of people who have like started the conversations on a variety of topics who they themselves are not great people, but we still like continued that conversation regardless of the fact that the person who started the conversation was not the greatest person, or did not advocate for the best things. I do think that there is some validity
the
in that
idea. It's
in that
not the
argument.
person, it's the ideas of his.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's
Well-
like acknowledging that a lot of his theory was like very bad and very like harmful to people. And so there's like a convenient way of discussing trans stuff, which is to say that there's like never any sexual component. There's never any interaction between sex and gender. And that's like shutting
Same
the
with the furry
door.
community.
Right. And that's
Dumb is
like
dumb.
how you pitch yourself sometimes to cis people just because it's convenient. But the reality is that there like is a connection for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And
There is.
that doesn't need to be stigmatized. We can talk about that
Yeah,
and be
it's-
honest.
yeah.
Right.
it's weird
I
that's
totally get
stigmatized
it.
at all. I
It's-
feel like it makes complete sense. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I wouldn't even like call it a fetish. I feel like it just makes sense. Like when I think about it, like if you're in the case of male to female, you're born a male, you have the brain of a female, you would be sexually attracted to you being a female performing sexual acts on whoever you feel like or whoever you're attracted to. So that doesn't even seem like a fetish to me. That just seems like normal.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah, and it might
Yeah,
be.
or like
I
a,
don't
or a
know, I
horse,
guess.
Which
a
is
horse
why I'm
or a
like,
lion, right?
like just like I don't know. Does it make sense why I'm a little? I'm just staying on this a little bit more
Because it's
Like, I'm not
complicated
trying
and
to,
you
like,
might also be very high right now.
I feel. I,
I'm
no,
very
I,
high,
I feel.
but
I feel
also,
like you
Alright,
feel.
countdown
Listen,
timer.
and
no,
30
listen.
seconds before the next subject.
Okay. No,
Wait,
no, I
wait,
just wanna
Chudlogic
say-
needs to get in. Chudlogic needs to get in.
That's why I gave 30
Everybody-
seconds.
Okay.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
First of all,
Oh, sorry.
I'm the host.
Prepare for some rampant transphobia. Okay, get ready.
Okay, go ahead.
But no,
All right.
no. What I was going to say is like I feel Ico like you're feeling like it's your responsibility or duty to push back against like the fact that Blanchard has been referenced in a vaguely positive way, and I understand where you're coming from. And yeah, obviously AGP has been weaponized against trans people, of course.
Oh,
But
here we go.
I don't know. I think if Taj wants to express this thing, I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal. I don't think we need to like push back against it. Like I'm sure
well, I'm not
Taj is
trying to
able
push
to.
back. I'm just trying to like sort out the difference. Like
No,
like,
but it
for
feels like
me,
you are. It feels like
I'm-
you're trying to find a
It
reason.
feels like
to
you
push
are,
back.
yeah, because of the name associated with it, that you
She also
are
smoked
trying
a lot
to.
of weed.
Yeah.
there's
Also, yeah, there is that.
No, I'm not trying to go at you, Aiko. Like,
no,
you know, I
no,
love you,
I
Aiko,
get it.
but I
This
just, I
isn't a
just don't.
debate panel
I
anyway.
love you
No,
too.
sure.
It
Debate.
is
But
a
I just,
debate
Never
panel.
mind.
It is a debate
We all
panel.
love you. This is not.
I
This
want
is
to
very-
take the pressure off and
Changes.
just say,
Yeah,
look, I appreciate. I know what it's like. People can. You don't need to. You
Yeah.
know, we can just move on. It's all good. I get where you're coming from. Honestly, I think it's okay. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like most people like understand it though.
No judgment.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like we're all pretty
It's
much
a-
on the
it's a
same
separate
side here.
conversation. Like it's a thing that
Mhm.
would make sense to have here anyway. It would be an interesting conversation, like outside of that.
Mhm.
What do you mean?
I don't.
Sure.
Yeah,
We
I
do
think the
serious
conversation's
topics on here.
yeah.
What the
I
hell?
think the
Am I-
conversation's
We
great,
talked
and we're not
about
really
tea
debating.
in my butt.
Nuance. It's
That
like,
was serious.
We do both serious and non-serious topics on my panel, okay? I'm not just completely a meme, all right?
really appreciate you
the-
answering my questions and stuff though, and tolerating my stoneness.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
Don't feel
I
bad
think-
about it.
Yeah, I think this
I
is
would
a great conversation to have just anywhere, regardless, because like it just helps. It educates people
Mhm.
on different types of
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe someone watching the stream will end up becoming less prejudiced towards a certain thing that they thought.
Yeah.
Or trans
I
women
think
might
it's
be able to
gonna come in
see
as
me
a,
and be like, okay, maybe my sexual experiences aren't the kind of thing that I need to hate in myself.
Yeah, that
Or
too.
the
That
Yes.
too as well. That
One thing
probably more
that-
importantly, yeah.
Yeah. So one thing that I actually think is that if anything to me, it would make the trans experience more relatable, right? As a cis woman, because I know that as a cis woman, I am aroused by the idea of me being the female in any sexual scenario, right? Like being a female, being feminine, all of that, right? And
Yeah.
that, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just like an integral part of anybody's identity, right? So it should be something that we
horse.
use to like relate more to one another rather than something that is used to invalidate somebody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like you can word, no matter what your experience is of being different or being born different, there's always a way to word it to where other people can relate to you. And once you figure out that connection and then start talking about it, it helps people understand more and become more, accepting of different types of people. That's why over the years we've been more acceptive of gay people, trans people, etc. And there's a long way to go in a lot of categories when it comes to like trans people and even like a bunch of other stuff that
Say
people
it.
have going on mentally.
Say
so.
furries.
Furries,
Thank you.
100%.
That's what I thought.
Transracialism.
I was also-
Transracialism.
I was also thinking about autism in particular, but I didn't want to make it about me. so I
Same
didn't mention
thing.
that. But yeah, furries for sure. I always find it really weird when people are like, "I'm not a fan of furries," and I'm like, "Why?" They're weird. I'm like, "Why? What's wrong with that?" I don't know. Like
There's a huge overlap in autism and furry population.
that-
Yeah, there
yeah,
is.
yeah,
There is. There's a lot
yeah,
of research on
yeah.
that. It's really
I'm
interesting.
I'm personally not a furry, but I don't have. If I was, I wouldn't be ashamed of it, and I think it's
Mhm.
it's fine to be a furry. Don't
Oh,
think
My
there's
thank you.
friend
anything wrong with that.
growing up was a major furry, and he would always tell me like, "Oh, it's only
Better
a
than
matter of
minor furry.
time. You're gonna become a furry in no time." It was a lot of fun.
Did he know that you were trans?
Yeah, he was actually like the first person that I came out to as trans, and he came out to me as gay, and I was the first person he told that he was gay. So we were very close growing up, and we would just talk all the time. And one time, because he left school, he went to a different high school, and we used to talk every day. And then one day he just like stopped talking to me for like a month. And it turned out that he had been like hospitalized because he tried to commit suicide. And yeah, it was intense. And that like experience of having someone so close to you, like almost losing them, was something that really forced me to change my perspective and like revalue and try to have a lot more like time and patience and energy for the people close to me. So
Mhm.
definitely
That's a good-
definitely transformative, but like a furry
that's a
person has
good
been
thing to
like
get out of
one
it.
of the most important people in my life.
That's awesome. There's a huge amount of trans people in the furry community. There's
Yeah,
a shit
for
ton
sure.
of trans people in the furry community.
I just want to address chat for a second. Somebody in chat said, "You are not a cis woman, Stardust. Gal Gadot could get you in bed in like 3 minutes." I don't think you
Gadot.
understand. I don't think you know what
also.
I don't think you know what that means, bro. I don't think you
Gal
understand.
Gadot can give you a fantasy where you want to be the man.
No, she can't.
She's that
I'm
powerful.
sorry. She
Maybe
would
not.
Galga?
I mean,
Go.
just because I'm a cis woman doesn't mean that like I can't like be with another woman. Like, what the fuck?
What?
You know?
The parts don't work though. You can't do that.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
need to outlaw
Question
lesbianism.
number 4. Well, first let me do some real quick admin stuff. Okay. Topic 2, we kind of blazed right past, and we got into topic 3. I'm just going to start naming this as topic 3 because we spent a lot of time on. So topic 3 is going to be like the identity stuff. So I'm going to push out 2 polls right now. Okay. So I will link them in the general chat. Let me. Where's poll number 2? Okay, most TMI like thing that we all shared, and I guess whatever you guys
There's
like.
one winner.
No. Yeah. Here's poll number 2. Okay, I just posted it in the general chat. You guys can share it with your chats, and I'm going to post it in my chat a bunch of times.
We can share these with chats.
Yes, and then poll number 3 is the identity stuff, which I think we like is very interesting.
Don't vote unless you saw the segment.
Yeah, don't vote unless you
poll
saw
number
it.
2, then I know people who
Yeah,
people who showed up at the last minute started voting. Even the people competing against me know that I won that number 2. Okay?
I voted on that one.
Yeah, everybody just say out loud, Adam won.
Adam won the TMI
exactly.
thing. Yeah,
exactly.
Peeing in what did that feel like, by the way? Getting your butt pissed
warm.
In?
It felt warm.
Isn't that just like the same? Like, what's the difference though between like somebody coming in you? Because that's
there's
warm
more
too.
of it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I guess
good
that
Lord.
True.
It's
I've never had somebody pee in me before, and I don't want it to happen, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'm scared of everything all the time. Anyways, here's poll number 3. Everything makes me nervous, guys. I'm spamming it in chat. But yeah, I guess there is a lot more of it, and I'm sure the consistency feels different.
2 and 3 are up in my chat as well.
I'm too stoned to put it in chat. Okay. Oh no, I just opened YouTube instead.
Well, being scared of having your butt pissed in isn't a bad scare. No, I mean I don't think it's a good scare. It's just a scare. I'm just scared.
It's a phobia that you don't have to be worried about actually happening. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm scared of things happening.
I didn't think it would happen either.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a phobia.
I suppose that's true. There, yeah.
I got pee raped.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, literally. Yeah.
I had somebody like hit me in the face during the act and like
what the fuck?
And didn't talk to me about it beforehand.
Really?
Yeah. It's not fun. I didn't like that.
Yeah. I got like kind of choked without my consent once, but I think
I hated that, dude. I had that happen
to me too. They just misinterpreted, I think.
Heal for a meal.
Their finger in my mouth, but I think they.
I just realized I linked this twice. Sorry, guys.
No. This.
I would say that the Blanchard typology
one person like
describes me.
Now you're bad.
In my personal experience.
You're really bad.
Sorry.
Now I'm just oversharing.
So like, yes, I think that I would say I'm an example of this.
The one. Well, okay, I've had like somebody try to like choke me a couple of times, but like every single time, why is there no conversation beforehand? Why the fuck would you not tell me?
That's the worst.
Warn me.
I think.
Warn me.
Well, because not to justify it, but to explain it, I guess. But I think people are embarrassed to talk about their kinks because, like I said earlier, we live in a society, Joker face, that discourages people from doing that. Like people are embarrassed about these things that are just a core parts of themselves that they shouldn't be embarrassed about. And then when someone's in the middle of the act, they're like, well, I got to do it now because it will feel good with my dick there, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to feel safe. Like that doesn't make me feel safe. That's like a huge like.
Of course, of course. Yeah. Again, not trying to justify it, but to
Yeah.
rationalize it.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. It's just so very like annoying. So
Yeah,
up.
fucking don't pee in my butt
yeah,
unless I ask
maybe
you to,
have a
which I
conversation.
That's
don't
messed
really
up.
feel like asking.
Maybe have a conversation. Say, hey, is it okay if I like scare you in the middle of us doing something that you're supposed to feel safe in? So yeah,
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 yeah. Communication is everything.
yeah. Anyways, right. The next topic. What was the next topic?
Butt piss.
Was not butt piss.
What?
How much leverage can
I'm
you
not
get out of
prepared
butt
for this
piss?
one. I don't know.
You came specifically to discuss butt piss.
About 45 degrees leverage
Okay.
before it's a problem.
Fuck, dude. I had such a good topic in my head.
What the fuck? Why didn't you write it down then? You don't.
I
You
usually
don't have a
do write
list?
them down. I usually do have a list. Yeah. Let me see if I'll probably remember it in a second here. Let me look at my notes.
Yeah. Do we need to walk back the conversation to see if it'll spark a
What
memory?
were we talking about before butt
We were talking about
piss?
trans stuff. We were talking about there was something between trans stuff and butt piss. I don't remember. You were talking about choking, consent, just people not.
Oh, dude, I can't believe I've done this. I usually don't talk about this kind of stuff, like personalized stuff. Usually it's just like $10 million, and I'd let a lion rail me in the ass. But like, clearly, like that's not something that's ever gonna happen. So
It's good to get real sometimes. Get deep.
It
Yeah,
is.
for sure.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Oh
What?
right, now I remember what it was. Okay.
Yay!
Right.
I'm
Okay.
glad.
What would you do if you had a cloaca?
I'd poop and piss out of the same hole.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
What?
It's a bird
What a cloaca.
genital.
Yeah, I need this described to me. It's like the thing that
Yo,
snakes
like
have.
what the fuck? How come you're
Birds have
talking
it.
about getting railed by a lion? Now you're talking about cloacas as though everybody knows about it. Are you a secret furry or what?
No, I'm
What the
not a
fuck?
furry, dude. My
secret
chat and
furry.
no, I'm not a secret furry. I would be
Oh,
out
really?
about it if I were a furry. But my chat and I, we watch a lot of animal videos. We like animals. So
What kind of animal videos?
just like normal, like nature, like knowledge
Normal.
videos.
Okay.
Yeah, but sometimes they bring up like really weird stuff in them, and then
What website do you watch them on?
usually like they're like YouTube videos about like animals and stuff. Anyways, so like what?
It's like you had to think about that.
Okay, do I still have my normal genitals, or are they replaced?
No, everything's replaced by the cloaca. The cloaca is what a bird has. Did you know birds, they have to have lesbian sex, even if they're like, they rub their cloacas together,
Wait, male birds have cloacas?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it a bussy?
I
but
actually
like
don't
bird pussy?
know how that works.
Birds
Because
have
like, is a
pussies.
duck a bird? Because I know ducks have like weird dicks. That's a
They
meme.
do.
You
It's
know?
like
Oh,
the
that's
torch
true.
bird.
I've seen those. Have you seen those? They explode.
Like birds have
it's-
dicks still, right?
They do,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, they do.
But if it's a
But they still have
cloaca,
to
do they
rub
have
their
a dick that
cloacas
comes out of the
together.
cloaca?
Yeah, yeah.
How does that work? Can someone in my
Interesting.
chat tell me how to bird sex work?
I
guess it's all just scissoring.
together.
All birds are constantly scissoring.
Oh my god, I can hear children.
Hmm.
Okay, I have to stop talking about cloacas. Give me a second. You guys
All
can
right.
continue
So
to talk
Falco
about
from Star Fox has a cloaca,
Oh my god,
What?
this is new lore I wasn't expecting.
right?
Okay, interesting.
And
Do you
he's
think they
also
let-
like 50 feet tall.
I feel like it would
Didn't
not
they-
be convenient to have a cloaca. I feel like it sounds unhygienic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
a lot of
So I
Probably
guess
what?
I would work very hard to be clean is what I would do if I had a cloaca.
Couldn't possibly be any like more unhygienic than a butthole, though, right? I don't know.
like,
It's all together though,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mixture of
Yeah.
the two.
Infection.
Oh god, nightmare.
right?
How'd you clean it?
How
I
deep
feel like
can
it's
you
like
go?
Clean it the
infection
same way you clean a
prime.
butthole. with
No,
water.
but, okay, right. Can I just point something out, right? Something that's really ridiculous, right?
Sure.
If you got a piece of shit on your hand, right, you would wash your
Yeah.
hands. But with a butthole,
all-
you just wipe paper on it. I know there's bidets and
No,
stuff.
not if you're.
Look,
You're
white
from
people
Europe.
are behind
Why
on
don't you
this
use a
one. I'm
bidet?
sorry. White people are behind on this one, okay?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Brown people have been using the bidets and using like
Yeah.
we have like the
Hell
water.
yeah.
White
can
people and
thing, you know?
straight people. Okay, gay people have this on lock.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
what the
gay
fuck?
people too.
But
We
they-
we
Okay.
understand the
Yeah.
importance.
Like if you have sex with your butthole, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
most
know.
people that have sex with their buttholes know about butthole hygiene.
Mhm.
But then there's just, I guess,
mean-
a bunch of like cis and or straight people.
It's
that just,
dudes who are like,
"Ah,
water on my
you know,
butthole.
I'm not
That's
thinking
gay.
about it, so let's just
I
leave.
mean,
You know, just
Water on
walking
my
around
butt?
with swamp
That's
ass.
Having a
weird.
clean
Bunch
butt.
of-
That's
bunch
gay.
of dudes with like hairy buttholes. You know, it's like trying to get peanut butter out of a carpet or some shit. Like I couldn't
Oh.
imagine living that life.
Why would
What
you
the
make
fuck?
that
People do that.
comparison?
People do that. There's a bunch of like cis straight men that are just like, I've got a carpet back there, but I'm going to take a poop anyway. It's like fucking shit. Like, I don't know. I could never live that life. It's so weird. I'm all about butthole hygiene because I have
That's
sex
good.
with my butthole.
Yeah, I think
it's
when
just
you're
in my
like
culture, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, I think when you're like a cis guy and you don't really have the butt stuff, you don't really think about it, you know. But
Mhm.
listen,
Oh,
when you
It's
know,
important.
he's one of them.
when you fuck someone who hasn't got the hygiene there, that's a fucking disaster. Let's be honest. You know, the foreskin situation, little bits under there. Oh god,
Yeah.
I've been there, and it is
There should
nasty.
be-
Don't even.
What the
I want
fuck?
to grow up.
Here's the
I'm
thing
really
too, because
good.
I like dudes' bums as well, and like I don't want them to be disgusting. I don't want to look at
Yeah.
them and just like I don't want to smell them from like outside.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
you
a
don't
mood
want-
killer.
You don't want
Can I
swamp
just-
ass whether or not you're doing anything with it. You know.
I just want to say, like,
Yeah.
with the amount of like white supremacists that I've talked to that are always trying to shit on me for like they always bring up like, oh, your people shit in the streets, you know, all that, like, you know, and like always say like are always trying to like disparage me for like stupid shit that's not even related to me. Can I just say the one thing, okay, if they're gonna keep going for that, I'm gonna start going for their buttholes. Okay, these people have
Yeah,
not been washing
it.
their buttholes. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
yeah,
it's
it's true,
ridiculous. And then
and
they just try
there's-
to come at me for what poor people do in
Yeah, what the
any
fuck?
type of any country in the world. Poor people do
So they
that.
shit on
Well,
you
you
like.
should ask them what kind of soap,
Yeah, whatever.
like how they wash their butthole. Like, what do they do? Like, what type of soap do they?
They're
use,
afraid
or
to touch it
rag?
because that would be gay.
No,
Mhm.
no. I mean,
You can't
like,
wash your
Oh my
butthole,
God.
then you've made contact.
Wouldn't
Unbelievable.
masturbating me gay too then?
I mean, no,
Unbelievable.
seriously, there's a good amount of straight dudes that are just literally afraid of their buttholes.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, there's Reddit posts about like, oh, I've got this fella I've met, but he doesn't wash his ass because he thinks it's gay. He doesn't put his hand in his ass, and it stinks. What do I do? And it's like,
Dude, I'm
like,
Yeah.
can you
anal
stop being a
about washing my
weirdo? Like, what
butt.
the fuck?
I don't even use my butt for much, you know, and I'm anal about washing it.
LOL.
No pun intended.
Anal.
Hey,
Yeah.
got him.
Get like you can find them online. There's like shower attachments you can get, like stainless steel. You put a knob, you know, there's like a lever you can press on your shower so that the water comes out of like a little stainless steel little stick thing. And so then you're not using like a fucking douche that you have to like fill up every once in a while.
Mm.
You know? Shoot the water up and then keep doing it until it's just water coming out. You got a clean butthole.
So
It's
Adam,
really simple.
you wake up tomorrow, you look down there, no dick, just cloaca. What's the first
Just
thing you do?
cloaca. I would wash it out.
Wash it out. That's a good impulse.
know.
Just
Keep it
immediately
clean.
cleaning.
Hygiene first,
Yeah,
always.
I wouldn't just stick my finger in there. I would probably wash it out first.
But you would know
I would
immediately.
tell
You'd be
I
like,
would
oh, of
start an
course.
OnlyFans because that would be. If you have something
Oh,
like
yes.
really weird,
Right.
you know, like someone has that fetish. Like even if it's 0.1% of the population, you're still like a fucking millionaire.
Right, because that
Yeah, 'cause
1%
you're
of the
the only-
population, they're
Yeah.
paying. They're paying so much money
Yeah.
to see
Yeah,
it.
because I'm
Cornering
the
the
only one that's
cloaca
offering
market.
them
Mhm.
their fantasy. So
Absolute
I would start an
monopoly.
OnlyFans.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. Capitalism
Unique selling
serves the
point.
cloaca
Why am I
well.
like this? What's wrong with me?
You like it in what way?
Mm.
Like a sexual way?
No. I mean, I'm just saying, why am I like this? You know, like
Oh, sorry, right.
Yeah.
Because you're a
No,
weirdo.
I don't.
Sans cloaca.
No.
Wait, why are you like what?
With the fucked up questions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
But
it's good stream
anyways,
content. That's why you're like it.
it is.
Right.
I
It's
guess,
all
I
so
guess so,
pedestrian.
I accept it.
Yeah.
I embrace it.
Mhm.
You're gonna be like, have you talked to Mr. Girl, or are you going to be talking to Mr. Girl?
Mr. Girl and I are buddies. We talk all the time. Like
Okay, I
we're-
haven't seen those.
Like
yet.
I'm unironically like we're buddies. I got into so much trouble because I interviewed him the
Mhm.
first time.
How long ago?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
Okay.
it was way longer.
Was it
Right?
longer?
It was like
Yeah, I
a
th-
long. It was like towards
I don't know.
like the beginning, I think.
Yeah, I got into
Like
a
one of the
hell
first
of a lot of trouble. But I like Mr. Girl. He
Was it-
engages with my questions really well. So yeah.
Oh, of course. Were
Yeah.
people saying you're platforming a pedophile, or were people saying you're platforming someone who's platformed Richard Spencer?
It was before Richard Spencer. So
Okay.
yeah. Oh, it was a month ago. Late December.
Okay.
What the fuck? Okay. All right. Well, yeah,
I'll
they
have
were
to watch
saying
it.
like, oh, it was a mix. It was a mix. Some people said, oh, you're platforming a pedophile, or you're platforming a pedophile apologist, or you're platforming somebody irresponsibly. You didn't do enough pushback. And I was like, it's an interview, and it was like meant more for us to like connect on our feelings and stuff. So if I wanted to argue with the guy, I would have argued with him. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really
That
care.
Much more of
Mhm.
the shit than anyone else. Yeah, it was focus. The focus was definitely on you disproportionately, and that was like super fucked up. They're like, how
That's
could
weird.
It's
Yeah.
okay. I
you
mean, I
specifically-
honestly, I don't want to
Yeah.
say that I didn't get any shit because I'm sure Destiny got tons of shit. I just think that like the after effects of it, like once everybody forgot about it with him, I think they were still remembering it with me. So
Hmm.
yeah,
There's certain things that you just have to not give a fuck about.
yeah,
There's certain things that you just have to be like, yeah, I might get some shit for doing this, but I don't care. And the people who are giving me shit are stupid, and it's funny because they're stupid.
Exactly.
yeah,
People were giving
Yeah,
me shit
it's-
for not liking Kung Fu Panda 2. I'm like, okay.
yeah. Well, look, here's the thing. Like I guess I just wasn't used to it. I've been called like every word under the sun. Like it's the internet. We're used to this, and like I purposely put myself in like situations that are very antagonistic towards people like me, like going on kill stream or things like that. And so I'm used to like
wow.
getting. Yeah, I'm used to getting really, really nasty stuff. I've been spammed
Yeah.
like plenty of like gore and stuff like that. But never did I think that I would get a bunch of leftists adding me on Twitter, calling me a pedophile. I never thought. I never thought. But
It's so
I think it's
easy.
the Destiny
So easy.
connection
It's
as well.
a default. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
'Cause,
really
like-
boring. Don't think about it. Criticism. It's for the
I mean,
it's
NPCs. is what you should call
insulting.
them.
It's so
Yeah.
insulting. But I mean,
Well, I think I think that what I've noted is obviously like the anti-SCW's got a lot of stuff wrong, but I do think there's a
Yeah.
level of this new puritanism that comes from like the left.
Yeah.
Historically it's been the right that's been like Satan records and all this kind of shit, and now it's like you can't speak to this guy on Twitch because apparently your whole audience is going to turn into pedos. Like what fucking brainworms is this?
I don't. I agree with you. I don't think that's exclusively from the left. There
I
was
think
a lot
right
of
now the
Yeah.
left just has so much
I think
control
panic-
though.
panic.
pedophilia hysteria has come
Yeah.
from the right. If you look at
Sure,
things
I-
like James
I
Gunn,
agree
you look
with
at
you.
things like
I totally
Pizzagate.
agree.
I think most of the hysteria has
even
come
the
from the right. in
satanic
that
panic is like
subject,
the
but-
biggest example.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So-
what were you
Yeah.
trying to say, Tef?
Oh, just like the left
trying
has
to
so
say
much
something.
cultural power. So like when the right had more cultural power, when Christians had more cultural power, of course things are going to get like censored in their favor. But now that it's
Yeah.
the left that has all the power, things are getting censored
In
in the
some
left's
ways.
favor.
And
think
like,
what really-
I don't know. It really depends on. I don't. That's debatable.
I think on
I
the
think what bothered
internet,
me the most-
for
Depending on how
sure.
you define power
About what bothered me the
and how
most
you
about all
define
of that
left, I guess.
is that like
Right.
I'm used to getting like bothered by stupid people online, and like nobody really cared before, the only time like and then people are telling me that like I am like doing the left online some harm or whatever. I don't give a fuck about the left online. Like they never gave a fuck
True.
about me before. They never
Yeah.
gave a
Just
fuck
not
about me when
watch.
yeah,
I'm-
like what
I'm
the
not-
fuck?
Turn it
When I'm
off,
getting
just so I can-
fucking Shut up. Yeah. Like when I'm getting
not married
fucking
to my
like
political
spammed by
identity.
like fucking groypers, or when I'm getting like spammed gore from like fucking like communist tankies or whatever. Like nobody gave a fuck. Why the fuck do I give a fuck about, like, I don't give a fuck about any of them. Like, why do I have to be held to this responsibility? But
I want
yeah.
Yeah,
a
it's your
question.
Twitch stream. You can have anyone
Yeah.
you want on. What?
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah.
would you go on Killstream again, or is that
Yeah, I've
just
done
like
it
a,
like
I did it and you're done?
no, I've done it
Yeah.
2 times now. I probably, I don't know, like, I have, I don't know. I have to think about it, like, if I'm gonna go on a 3rd time or not, so.
Yeah, I think
Very
Killstream
valid.
meets my threshold of like a
Yeah.
bit too far for me to do as
Mhm.
like a business decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that
Some people really like it, though.
I wouldn't want to deal with the
Yeah.
blowback from that.
I
I
think
don't
it's
know
funny.
anything about the
It's
kill stream.
safe.
Can someone explain?
Oh, you don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's
Uh,
they've been banned off of like every single platform in the same way that like Nick Fuentes has, sort of
Wow.
thing. Like they platform and espouse a lot of far right beliefs and are just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Or
if
just
It's
Richard
what you
Spencer goes
imagine.
on it.
if
I'm
you're
going
imagining
on
it, then
politically
it's probably true, sort of
provoked
thing.
tomorrow.
There were some politically provoked.
But they're
so,
like,
when,
yeah.
when the super chats come in, like there,
Yeah,
it's
just
all
N-word
it's
spamming.
it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so bad. It's so bad.
We're
Like
having fun.
yeah, so like even if you think that the person you're arguing with is bad, like you just have to wait till the super chats come in, because
Mhm.
those are the
Of
next
course.
level.
Yeah,
It's
holy
like
Yeah.
shit.
anonymous.
It's,
Yeah.
Like yours specifically, that's why I don't think anyone, even if it is like reasonable to tell people what to do with their platforms, I mean, you put yourself in such extreme situations with so much hate. It's like I don't think anyone could specifically even say something about you doing this. Like you take so much shit on just like solidly and are unmoving. I think that's very based.
Like I saw
think,
your
well-
like Twitter header, your banner or whatever, and it's just like it used to be like an insane collection of like racist comments that you got from people, and like when you
But-
lay it all out, it's like I don't know, it's pretty affecting.
Yeah. I think the thing is like God, this feels so self-centered. I feel like I'm being very conceited right now. So yeah, when you encounter it individually, like it's like kind of funny, it's super funny, but like when you get like a lot of it, you do have to kind of like take a step back, because there is like some part of you that thinks like, why are there so many people like this, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and especially even like when I was first getting into this kind of scene, like the first time I encountered like a race realist, like I don't think the average person is like super ready to have a conversation with somebody like that. So you start to think like, and I was having this conversation with a couple of other people who like go and debate people, and they're both black. And when you first encounter like race realists, you're like completely taken aback, because some of them are really smart, some
Yeah.
of them really know how
Well,
to
it's the
argue.
conspiracy theory thing, right? Where they
Yeah.
know like so much about like obscure research that you
Yes.
don't know about.
Yeah.
So it's like really hard to
Yeah.
argue with them, even if you think that they're like probably totally wrong, like a neuroscientist would disagree with them. You just don't have, like, you haven't researched it.
So initially, when I got into those situations, like I got into the first one, like I was like, oh my God, like, is there something actually wrong with me? Am I actually like defective? Like that was like for a second, I was like, oh my God. Like,
Yeah, don't let
but,
that
like,
happen.
yeah. So you
I'm
get
just-
used
I
to it
don't know.
after a while, but like, yeah, it's to say like, I don't know. I just feel like nobody really has the right anymore to tell me like who I can have on, just because
Yeah.
of like the amount of shit I put myself through. So,
Except
yeah.
Twitch
Exactly.
admins for banned
Except for Twitch
streamers.
admins,
They
yeah.
can tell you.
I feel like
to
I had a
have on.
similar experience, like growing up, because when I was like 16 or so, I posted selfies of myself on Reddit, and they got like, I don't know, moderately popular on Reddit, but they ended up being posted on 4chan and like the politically incorrect
Of
board.
course.
And so
Yeah.
like people were sending me like these threads, And as like a 16-year-old, like in high school, I was going on these threads, like arguing with people and like telling people to like, you know, video game themselves and whatnot. And that was like my internet experience, just this like brutal, like
Yeah.
fighting with people who are
Yeah.
like legitimately Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say about it, but yeah, it's a lot to deal with. But I think you get used to it after a while. It's just like at some point you do have to like remember, you take a step back and remember that like this is not like reality. Like the average person doesn't think like this, right? So
Behind a veil,
I think it's about
Yeah.
scale too, because
no
like
accountability for words.
if it's very rare and you're not like a public figure, it's a lot easier to deal with. And you can just like sort of, you know, if it's like frustrating or annoying or like affecting you mentally, like you can do like the Tyler the Creator thing and just like shut your eyes and like walk away. Like that's possible. But once it's like something that you depend on for income, I think that also makes it way harder. Because now it's like, okay, this is my job. And while I'm just trying to do my job, people are like, you know, screaming epithets at me.
My mentality has always been just like the ability, or at least the attempt. Like, you know, I'm not perfect, but I think
Yeah.
that the mentality of being, or at least attempting to be able to separate valid criticism from invalid criticism, from being like, oh, you're just trying to make me upset, and that kind of makes it funny for me anyway. Like I get not everybody's able to do that. I'm more upset by things that feel like legitimate criticisms. I'm more upset by things that are where I'm like, okay, this person isn't just trolling to make me upset. They're not, you know,
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
something real there that maybe I should be introspective of. Like
Yeah.
those are the ones that get to me more. But if someone's literally like, if I'm sharing like a vulnerability about my own character, and then immediately people are like, oh, this vulnerability that I know you have, I'm just going to say that word or remind you of this thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's not everybody can do this, but I'm just like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. You know,
Yeah.
like you're that shows that you're just like kind of a weak person, that you're trying to prove to yourself that you have some influence or power, or that you can make someone else feel something. And if you're trying to do that to yourself, then woo, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like I
The
can
hate-
already imagine your stereotype.
Yeah. The
There
hate
is
that
Oh,
Mhm.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. The hate that bothers me the most is kind of the one that's like in between like stupid bullshit just saying like you're a pedo or what have you, whatever people want to
Yeah.
say, versus like real criticism. It's when they like start out with something that is perceived as like a real criticism, then you try to engage them with it and like completely counter it, and then they try to like go out of their way to find like another thing that's potentially wrong with it, and like they're not like intending to come to an
Oh, yeah, it's just
understanding
about
about an
arguing.
issue they
Yeah.
have. They just want to argue with you, and they want to be like, they want to own you in something and make it seem like legitimate criticism. That's like the most annoying, because it's like disguised as like a real concern, but it's really just them bullshitting.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better just to not give people attention. They might
Yeah.
feel emboldened by it.
Yeah.
I think there's like one thing that like and yeah, generally like when I'm arguing with these types of people, like I think what they're trying to do is get a reaction out of you, right? So like the only thing you
Yeah.
do really is just you sit there and like you kind of like take it, and then you say things in a super, you know, mostly monotone way, and if they get upset, then it's funny, and then the audience turns on them, which is like super satisfying.
Yeah, and then they
But-
say it's like harassment, like, oh my god, they're harassing me now.
Yeah.
I gotta
Yeah.
private my
down.
account. I've
Like,
got to
one of-
private
one
my
of-
account.
There
one of
is
the best things-
something. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think like one OP strat that people underestimate is just
Yeah.
leaning into it. Like whatever the criticism is, you're racist,
Yeah.
you're bigger, whatever it is, just fucking
Yeah.
lean into it. And they can't do
Yeah.
anything about it. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's been
Mhm.
yeah, that's generally a good one.
Lenient.
Or I'll ask
Yes,
you know, it's like goes back to like the street shitting thing. Like if I have to explain poverty to somebody, like that's fine. I'll explain poverty to them, and then they'll realize that there are people who shit in streets like globally, you know. But or I don't know. It just
That's a weird
yeah.
one to like. Sorry, I don't mean to like tell you how to feel, but like if I were you,
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, you know, I'm an individual. Like, what does it matter if somebody else does something? You know?
The thing is
That's
that they
weird.
always bring it up
Yeah.
to me, like your people do this. When my people are American, I've always identified as American first, you know, and I'm going to keep saying American first because I'm appropriating their language.
Sure.
So, yeah, they keep bringing this up, and then like somebody joined a call. One of the call-ins was like, "How come you're always defending what your people do in so and so country when you know you would live such a better life here?" I'm the only reason. I'm not really defending it. I'm just explaining it to you. The only reason I have to explain it to you is because every time I come here, is you bring it up. You know, like you bring it up here, and then of course I have to explain it to you. And it's not It's not like I identify with that. You know, I am American, but oh yeah, boss. It says most poor Indians don't even shit in the streets, though. It's not even a true story. Vid in the Discord. Thanks, boss. It. But yeah, it's weird, and
Well,
like
it doesn't matter because you're not shitting in the streets.
I'm not.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not.
Even if everyone in India was shitting in the streets, it doesn't mean anything about you, right?
Yeah. Sometimes
Word.
I mean I'll use it
you're
as
an
a joke
individual.
where
Probably
it
reason.
like if you keep talking to me like that, I will shit in your street. In fact, I'm gonna call all
Hell
of my
yeah.
friends to come and shit in
Based.
your street too. You know,
Based.
like, but there is a unique thing with some racialized insults is that like they try to undermine not just your race, but like they try to undermine like your gender, like your place as a woman. With using your race. It's really strange. Like they try to make you feel like less of a woman or less of a man because of the race that you are. It's very, very strange phenomena. Yeah, to get used to.
I would just like to remind you to like think about the type of person that feels like they need to do that to make themselves feel better, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm not too
not saying like
now.
flip on a switch and
Yeah.
just ignore your emotions or anything, but
No, absolutely. Because it's
keep
always
that
like
in mind, you know.
Yeah.
on 4chan, like the girls who like talk about how ugly I am or whatever, or like viciously critique my appearance
Yeah.
in these like threads.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's a necessity for them.
yeah. And I also feel
they
like,
have to.
okay, post yourself, all right? Like,
Yeah.
let's compare ourselves if you're like so amazing. It's like never
Majority of the time they
models who are doing this to me. It's always
Yeah.
like random 4chan people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, of course.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, anyways, I didn't mean to get into a whole tangent. I have no idea we got from cloacas to like this subject.
I don't know either.
That's the way it goes.
I feel so bad. I feel like I talked about myself for like half an hour. I'm so sorry.
It's good.
Yeah, that's
I
what
like
it's
to hear
for.
about you.
Yes, great.
Can we just have a topic where we can be racist?
Oh my
Sure.
god.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna actually
can
one
we
of
all
the
be
topics was
racist?
like, well, I mean, you could be racist if you want, Chudlogic. I was
All
gonna
right.
say like, I was gonna ask like of the content creators you like work with or like interact with or like content creators who are your friends, like which one do you like the least?
Oh,
It's a good question.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
That's fucking outrageous.
That's a bad question. That's a question that'll cause a lot of issues.
No, I can answer. It's probably Doomer Media, Doomer Politics, who just had the take about EBT that everyone's been shitting on him for. Because holy fucking shit, if he isn't fucking terrible at wording things in the most abrasive, obnoxious way to get everyone pissed off with him. And then I've got to do a stream today and say, stop fucking dogpiling the guy. I know he's an idiot, but fucking hell, chill out a little bit. So yeah, we're going with that.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So of all like of the content creator friends that you have, which one do you dislike the most? Basically. Yeah.
I haven't been in this space long enough. I need to burn some bridges first.
The ones I don't like the most aren't my friends.
Right,
Yeah, that's the
right.
thing.
Well,
So,
that's
like,
the thing,
we're
yeah.
still
You have
friends,
a
but
friend
don't
who's your
like-
least
I-
favorite.
So if it's like your friend, you probably like them already to at least some
Yeah,
extent.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer this
Yeah.
without it being just a joke meme answer.
Or a friend
Yeah,
who annoys
exactly.
you the most, you know?
Yeah,
So-
like if I thought about it like really hard, maybe I could do like a ranking tier list of all my friends. But I don't think that way. And I
Right.
don't want to think that. Like why would you? I don't know.
Hmm.
So
That's
like,
the point of the question. That's the point, to put you in an awkward position where you got to say, "Oh yeah, this motherfucker, fuck this clown."
it would
even though
take
you're
me
friends.
Person
it would
annoys the fuck out
it
of
would
me, yeah.
take me a while to like actually think.
I'm
of the
cutting
answer
I'm
that.
cutting
not,
them
like-
off. Ralph the movie maker, you're done.
You went a step too far.
Tipsters
We're
offering
terminated.
themselves as a sacrifice.
Oh, okay, I'll pick tipster then.
I guess this is
Even
just
though
like
that probably
the
wouldn't be the answer.
we're
but-
farming live stream
Alex?
fails clips right now.
Alex from I Hate Everything insisted he spent a week with me and he insisted every single day that he never says the word in it, and then I caught him red-handed as I was editing through his audio on my stream. You can look up the video. I caught him saying in it twice.
Holy shit.
So he lied to me, and now I'm not.
Wow.
I don't trust him.
Wow. So disingenuous.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Maybe John Swan would be my answer.
Why is that?
Because he lied about Dream, dude.
Because he sounds
Yeah.
too much like John Tron.
Yeah.
That's true too. It gives me flashbacks.
I keep thinking he
Not
was
fun.
talking about
What if Dream deserved to be lied about just once? I'm just kidding.
I mean, he did lie about cheating in Minecraft, so maybe it was
Right?
like revenge. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I still don't
Maybe it was
understand what the
karmic
big deal
justice.
was with that. Like he lied about like being him or whatever, and it was just a meme, and then the meme like exploded.
It, yeah,
into,
it kind of like
who are you-
went out of
yeah.
control. Like when he was a smaller YouTuber, he like pretended to be Dream to another smaller YouTuber, and then Dream found out about it, called him out. John Swan said, "No, you're wrong. I didn't do that." And then like Dream was like, "No, you did do that," and it like kept spiraling and
Yeah.
spiraling. And then we found out that John was lying that whole time, but it wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily that he lied about something so stupid. It was that he lied about. He just kept the lie going.
He got
to, like,
other people involved in his lie. Was the
yeah,
problem.
yeah, and it just
Yeah.
he made a whole
Well, he
Google
could've just-
document about the
Yeah.
lie, like a 20-page
Yeah.
Google document.
Other
It
people
got
were
to-
vouching for him. That
Doubling
yeah,
down.
including
I think the
me.
worst part
So-
about it is that it made Dream look good.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Now Dream can say I was never lying about anything.
yeah,
That's the worst part.
yeah. He could have just
That's
like
what the point of the mask is.
So if John Swan had just been like upfront and been like, just been like, yeah, I was just memeing, bro. Like it would have been
Yeah,
fine, right?
that would have been
Yeah.
100%
It's-
fine. Yeah.
It's
Well, not
difficult for
100%.
human beings to admit that they're wrong, especially when they're already caught up in a lie. And then the tiny lie turns into a bigger lie because then they have to justify it, otherwise admit that they lied.
Yeah.
It's a human thing,
Yeah.
you know?
And maybe it's more understandable for something like more important, but this was literally like it was over something so stupid. It was like him pretending to be Dream, DMing like a kid that
Yeah,
he was gonna make a Minecraft sex
incident
mod. It was like
itself
just so
It's like not
yeah,
It's
trivial,
not like something that
know?
you should have to lie about.
yeah.
But I understand because it's really difficult to be a human being and be like, okay, everybody, I was wrong, I lied. Like it's
This is
again,
probably
like
because I
it-
messed up
another
earlier
thing
in the
that's kind of
game
taboo
and
in
sold the wrong unit.
society.
Mhm.
You know,
There's a lot
Because
of
I
things
wasn't
we
paying
need to stop
attention.
making taboo. Like holy shit.
Yeah.
being a horse.
P.
So sorry,
you
can I
a
just
horse?
clarify? John Swan, is he like alienated from the community now, or what's the deal there?
Time has
Well,
passed.
By his fan
He's fine.
not by
He
content
seems
creators,
fine.
but the audience. There's still a lot of like audience members who are like "fuck John Swan" type thing. But
Yeah.
but by
should
content
lean
creator
into
community,
it.
he's genuinely.
I think it's weird how people will completely discount an entire human being for something that they did a long time ago.
yeah, I
I think
think
it's
Yeah.
possible for people to evolve. I think that
Yeah.
should be encouraged. I think the idea that people can be like, "Hey, that was a bad idea. Let me never do that again."
Well, it
You know,
just
like, you
strikes
don't
me
wanna
as like
punish someone for-
deeply sociopathic that people feel the need to like destroy others.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah,
it's vindictive.
It comes
It's
from the same
sadism.
place as the people on 4chan that you mentioned
Yeah.
earlier. It's like Twitter, especially, you know, is such a cesspool of just like, I'm such a
Yeah.
moral person because I'm criticizing
Mhm.
this. You know, they're not saying
So
the
true.
first part.
Holy
They're
fuck.
saying, "Hey, look at how bad this person is," but in reality, they're only doing that so that they can feel better about themselves. As sort of like a, you know, either projection or like, "Oh, no one will suspect me of being a shitty person because I'm calling out this."
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
And it's just
But
this
by the way-
culture of like fear and hostility.
By
and
the way,
just
the
internet
poll
points
for
for
topic
that, right?
for
Mhm.
Fucking witch
I'm
hunt.
sorry, I don't mean to cut in. The poll
No
for topic
worries.
4 is in the chat and in the general chat, so feel free to share it with your peeps
Bazinga.
if you want.
There's actually a
Yeah.
quote that I just want to share that really gets to the heart of what the issue is. I say this all the time. There's a whole meme about it in my community. But the surest way to work up a crusade and favour of some good cause is to promise people they will have the chance of maltreating someone, to be able to destroy with good conscience, to be able to behave badly and call your bad behaviour righteous indignation. this is the height of psychological luxury, the most delicious of moral treats. And I think that's very true in like the social media age.
Mhm.
Can you say that again in less
That's
words?
it's a
Yeah.
good
I'm
quote.
just kidding.
There's too many
Okay, well,
words.
okay.
for me.
Interesting. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, it's all good. I thought you were being serious, but no, it's I think it's quite apt
No.
in the social media age, you know?
Want to be like, I think that yes, those things are so prevalent and prominent, but it's not a real world thing, and it's very confusing because everyone brings Twitter stuff to Twitch, and then I have no idea what's going on because I don't keep up with Twitter, and yeah, I'm missing a lot of context all the time. So please,
I think it is.
never
Sorry.
mind.
I thought you were done.
I'm sorry.
I thought you were done speaking. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh no, I'm good.
Aiko, who's the
think it-
person that annoys you the most? Oh, sorry. No.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Oh,
Adam.
wait,
So
what?
sorry.
I was just gonna say I think it is a real world thing, but the
Yeah.
Oh, I
the
mean, yeah, sorry.
just the fact the structure of the internet and especially Twitter and what type of behavior it rewards, I think just accentuates and
Yes.
makes exponentially worse those types of things that already exist in real life, but just might not be as obvious or might not be as noticeable.
There's
Or,
also
you know.
like in real life you can explain yourself. You can like talk through things with people.
Yeah, you
And-
might have a real conversation.
Right. And a lot of
More
these
than
like
140 characters.
40 character interactions,
Yeah.
like they're weaponized or they're like made to destroy people and not allow them to speak.
Yeah, there's most conversations that I have that I'm like really passionate about. Like I have such defined answers of like how I feel about something. Most of those I would not have on Twitter. I would not have those conversations on Twitter because it's like I would rather just have, even if I get clipped on Twitch, I would rather have that on Twitch, just so if somebody does that, I could be like, yo, post the whole video, you piece of shit. Like, here's the entire
Yeah.
clip. Here's the, you know, I would have some sort of argument, you know, to defend myself from that. But on Twitter, it's just like the platform itself, the way that the algorithm works, like the
Yes.
entire thing, it just breeds this like super negative, only out of context, only just like, hey, I'm making fun of that guy, give me likes, I'm ratioing you. Like it's just such a
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a
God.
cancerous environment. It's just the worst fucking place. I hate Twitter.
And
Never
I think
have
the
a serious
worst thing with
conversation on
like
Twitter.
stuff that crops up from people's past is like the context, right? Because if someone is like, you know, telling a joke, any joke is going to sound like terrible if you're telling it like out of context without like the right delivery. And, you know, someone like reads back to you like your old joke and you're like, oh my God, like that sounds like so fucking stupid. Even if it's like
Especially
not
what was
a racist
acceptable
joke.
10 years ago.
Right, like
If you're a person
even
that's been on the internet for more than 10
Or
years.
even
you know?
5.
Yeah.
Even 5 years ago is so
Yeah.
radically different.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, people-
Shane Dawson fucking his cat, like, yeah, what happened there?
It was acceptable to fuck your cat when Shane Dawson was making it on YouTube, you know?
I mean, on this
But now you can't
panel,
fuck
we've
your cat
talked
anymore.
about like fucking cartoon characters like crazy. I mean, what's that going to look like in the future? There
It's
could
gonna
be a
look more
cultural
okay in the future.
shift.
Fucking 10 years ago, I couldn't talk
Maybe.
about that shit. I had to be a fucking crypto furry.
I
you
think
know?
it's-
I had to be, like, leave
unfortunately,
little hints.
The thing that I've realized is that like with a lot of internet stuff, it doesn't necessarily matter like how acceptable or how true the thing is or isn't. It's just whether you're generally liked. And like if people don't like you, they'll interpret whatever you said in the worst possible
I
light.
completely agree.
And
Yeah.
so like it doesn't even matter. And if they hate you, they're
Yeah.
going to hate you for it.
People are looking for ammo,
Mhm.
you know? They're hammer and
Aiko,
they'll find nails, you know?
I do want to hear who Aiko, like, of your content creator friends, like, who annoys you the most.
Friend?
Also, what are you eating?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good.
also that.
Tofu and some kind of noodles. I don't remember the name
Awesome.
of these noodles.
Nice.
What kind of sauce?
The stir fry.
I'm
Yeah.
jelly. I'm gonna order sushi soon.
You
Hell
should
yeah.
do that for sure. Okay, what is your thing, Stardust?
Yeah, of your content creator friends, who's the most annoying?
Do they have to be a friend or someone that I know and have been friendly with in the past?
They can be that. Yeah, they can be that.
Oh. this is a challenge to mind waves. Okay, I want to know if with this like hot like discourse that's going on with like can poor people eat hot food and shit, like do you still believe in giving people like Medicare for all, or any kind of or any of the present Medicare and Medicaid programs that are going on? Like, do you think that we should even keep those? Like, what's the line here exactly? Because I know that Mindwave knows better, and he's just fucking shitting. But also, then it turns into this whole like messy discourse and shit, and it's just really like, okay, listen, people are on their Joker arcs, which is not cute. It is like just having a fit, and suddenly I realize all these people who spent like so much time optics policing other people and other like you know, on behalf of debating for their rights, it's like they just drop it immediately. Like they're not even going to stick around. So what right do they have to be the boss of change? And
I'm not really sure I understand how you're connecting the hot food discourse to like Medicare and Medicaid,
Right.
though.
Because he would say that, like,
I'm sorry. Because Mind Waves was like, oh, this is based the EBT, no EBT for hot food, right? And
I mean,
so
I
he's
think,
the shit poster that started this whole discourse.
I guess I'm still confused about how they're connected, though.
because I think Mindwaves would probably
then-
say that, like, well, fast food, like, hurts people in the long run. And he would say that, like, Medicare helps people in the long run. So, like, that's how he'd answer, probably.
Right. No, I totally get that. I mean, I know Mind Waves from before, so I know his positions. I know Mind Waves enough to know that this is just shit posting and making drama, and I think that it's very irritating. Be more creative. Just like start some drama with something that you actually believe, and not just like something that you think will, I don't know, create some kind of like fucked up conversation that generates whatever.
Speaking of which, I have a panel on Wednesday where we're gonna have a bunch of cucks on, like actual cucks, people who like getting cucked.
Hell
So,
yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna talk about masculinity and stuff like that, and being a man, and what is it like to have your identity like thrown at you or thrown at others as an insult. So this is not the cuck panel. No, this is not it. The cuck panel is happening on
What?
Wednesday. Yeah.
I just had to
Shut up,
highlight I am
Monday.
not a cuck, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lovely experience, but I cannot imagine watching my wife get raw dogged by some random guy. That's fucking weird champ to me. But
But
fair
what's
play to
hot
him.
about it is that like she comes and she like she
Oh.
still wants your dick, you know?
No.
Right?
Why? Oh, no. I don't.
Stardust.
I don't know what's hot about it, but you know, it's fine. I don't give a shit what people do.
No,
Yeah,
of course.
I mean,
but
You know,
it's just
consenting
It's not for
adults.
me, but
Hold on,
Why
yeah.
would I give a shit?
Sorry, I just wanted
Could
to.
you imagine giving a shit about what consenting adults do? Could you imagine
that's
being
cringe,
such
I
a
agree.
fucking like
Yeah.
such a beta that you care about what other
No, of course.
consenting adults do?
Yeah,
Well,
This
the
is
thing
the
is,
Fosh
That's not what I
seething
do.
mad at like
Yeah, like could
what
you
other
imagine?
people do in their bedroom,
don't-
like seething mad. Like why?
Oh, I
do
can't
feel- I
believe
do
you're
feel
doing
bad.
I'll be
this.
right back.
Can I just clarify? I realized I didn't really actually explain why the Medicare for all stuff and how Mindways feels about Medicaid and stuff is because I know his prior positions, and I want to know what he would say now that would be consistent with what he's saying now, as opposed to like basically like tell me if you're being consistent in this worldview with this new take that you've started, that I don't believe he actually has.
A topic 5 poll is going in the chat right now. I'm gonna give it like 5 minutes before we conclude here. So I'll put it in the general chat as well.
Hey,
Hey.
Hi.
I do feel bad that people that like cuck gets used as an insult. Like, it's
Hmm.
kind of shitty, you know? Like, it's just a fetish thing, isn't it? Who cares? Kind of sad for them, but also it's kind of fun. So I don't know. It's
Yeah,
kind of fun to
I don't
use.
know.
Really great.
Yeah.
We gotta make insulting words that isn't like tied to like specific people.
Well, I
Like
always use
idiot.
comatose.
Idiot's not tied to anything, right?
Well,
Or is there
the
What do you
history?
mean?
It
It
might be
lefties.
ableist. It might
Oh
be
my
Super
ableist.
God.
lefties. Sorry.
Every single word that's ever existed to describe someone who's like neuroatypical will become like a slur. You know,
my God.
there's no such thing as like a medical term that will later, not later become a slur. So
Okay,
How about
well, brain
silly?
dead is fine. Brain dead is
What?
is completely
Is it
acceptable
fine?
because those people aren't ever going to find out about it.
Well, you could have made the same argument for the
Face.
R word.
yeah,
Is
well,
there-
No,
deaf
our
people
word
aren't going to
people
find
can
out
Like
if
find
I
it.
insult them
they're
either,
too
so.
R-worded to understand that it's an insult.
Listen,
No, but the problem
we're
is that
bringing
like
it back.
people will say that people who have like autism are called brain dead, and therefore it's bad. It's like
Listen, we're bringing
then
retard back.
I would
okay?
say
'Cause
I'm
Hell
calling
yeah,
everybody
I
brain
agree with
dead,
Chad.
right? So
right. I mean, but
We should
that's
bring
what
the
people
R
will
word
say
back.
about R word. I don't know. I think there's this like thing that people do with like language where when you constantly shift what is acceptable or unacceptable language, what you do is create like a kind of in-group out-group of like people in the know, and really it becomes like a way to signal to people that you're like in the know and you are hip to what is appropriate or not appropriate, and like
I
yeah,
I
you
completely agree with you, but I also think that happens like unconsciously to some degree. Just generationally, like there
yeah
are going to be people that are younger that might not have the same experience of a word and being like, oh, they're able to see it like more objectively or without the same history or context that someone older than them might, and they might have a different interpretation of that. And then everybody from their generation might be like, okay, this word is wrong, or this word should mean this. And then it's like a generational gap that they might not necessarily be trying to be like, oh, we're doing this to be cool, to
right.
create an in-group, but it might just happen unconsciously. I agree with you that does happen, but
Yeah, I don't think it's like a cabal or like some like conspiracy theory that this happened. It's just like a natural sort of evolution of people always looking for like ways to express themselves and like
inescapable.
factor
just a
themselves into
reminder, we
groups.
have like 3 minutes left on poll 5. So
Oh,
get your
shit.
votes in, bitches.
Did
It's in the
did I
general
even
chat
share
if you need
that?
it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I gotta
You may have
share
been
that.
away from the computer.
I may have been.
Yeah.
Stop the count.
Yeah.
Alright.
True.
We're back.
When the C word discourse happened on Twitch, I was like, you've been on our fucking backs about retard for so long, okay? And we've given it up, all right? And now you come along and you start saying all these other slurs, and that's okay. Like, come the fuck on. Let's have some negotiation here, okay? You can have that. We'll have this. We'll be happy. Job
Yeah, let's
done.
liberate some slurs. They don't deserve to
Yeah.
be locked up.
Exactly. Jesus.
I'm freeing all the slurs.
Oh, no,
Let's
a
go.
couple of them need to stay.
Oh,
I
which
call
ones?
myself the sand raccoon, the slur that
Can you
means that.
tell me which ones
on-
needs to stay, Bobak?
Yeah, let me just say them full force with no.
All right.
So
sorry.
I've called
Good.
myself like the one that's like meant to be like sand raccoon, but like more offensive, right? That's just
Oh,
the
yeah.
literal translation of it. I've called myself that a couple times on stream, and I didn't get banned. So
Oh.
yeah, but
Yeah, it's easier
Spicy.
to say it out loud than to type it. The
Yeah.
auto bans are for the text much easier to
Yeah.
detect.
yeah.
That's
I
very
think
true.
if I want to call myself the N-word, I should be able to say it because it's me.
You know, somebody
mean,
made a really
I
good
guess.
argument to me one time. Somebody made a really good argument about the N-word. They said that white people made the N-word, so technically that black people are appropriating white people language.
A really good argument.
True.
Yeah, that a sound argument.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
There's actually a
In-
food stuff in the
in our
UK that's
Google.
called the F word. I don't want to say it just to be safe. It would be totally fine
Cigarette?
context.
You've also got cigarettes.
different.
No, there's cigarettes, which is just the shortened version. The FA,
Oh,
and
and then the full.
the full one is
3
this
more
pork
letters.
meat product. Yeah, it's this
Oh,
pork
I've seen
meat
that.
product.
Yeah, meat. Beep.
Yeah, exactly.
But surely We're not gonna risk it, but
No,
I know
listen,
what you
I
mean.
love risking it. If
I'm
it was
on
my own
someone
channel,
else's stream. I'll say it on my own
exactly.
stream.
We all
I say it all the time
say
on my own stream, and it's like, chill out. I'm just talking about, I don't really do that, but do you know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't
I'm
risk it on
talking
someone
about
else's channel.
meat. Beep.
Yeah, great God, exactly. American
I've
centric
seen the
thinking.
commercials.
Yeah.
Okay, the polls are now closed. Okay, I'm going to count them now. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Dramatic music has started. So topic 1. Chudlogic wins with just 1 vote.
Boo.
Yeah.
Close.
Topic 2. Adam won by a landslide.
Yes.
No.
Well, how much did I win by?
Makes sense.
Like 30 plus votes, I think. So.
The most votes that anyone has ever won by.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me start the music over. All right.
Oh, there's music.
Yeah. Well, you guys can't
I'm
hear
sorry.
it because I am an idiot and I can't seem to figure out how to, or I'm just too lazy to look it up, how to broadcast the music I hear through to Discord. Anyways. Right. Topic 2, Adam won. Okay. Topic 3. Taj won topic 3. Wow. Okay. Topic 4, Chudlogic won. And then
Boo.
topic 5, Chudlogic won. Let's
Unbelievable.
see here.
Rigged.
What the fuck?
It's because I'm English. They like the accent.
Okay,
Looks
I need to
like-
call some Arizona legislators and figure out how we can
Yeah.
make up for
this
the amount of
election needs
votes
to be
I'm missing.
seriously questioned.
Yeah,
Oh.
it
Mail-in
does.
votes.
All right, guys. This was very fun. Thank you for
It
hanging
was.
with me.
Yeah,
Thank you
thanks
for
for
having me.
inviting me. It was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for having me on.
I
Had a
enjoyed
great time.
talking and hearing everyone out, talking with
Yeah.
everyone.
It was
Yeah,
fun for
feel
sure.
free to yeah, and every day I'm in here if you guys ever want to come hang and talk to somebody.
Every
if you wanna
day?
play. I'm here every day, 7 days a week. The chaos panel is only on Saturdays. But I'm here every day playing Power Wash Simulator or something similar. So come find me. And then let's go around and not introduce, but like with the opposite of introduce
Extroduce.
yourself.
Outroduce.
Outroduce.
Extroduce. Let's go.
Okay. Aiko?
I appreciate everyone. Thank you for wait, how do you say it? Tafja? Is that
Taftaj or April,
I'm
whatever's easier.
April, you said?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Cowabunga.
Yeah, thank you for answering my questions and stuff, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
And it was great to meet you, and it was great to meet you, Adam, right?
Yeah, you too. It was great to meet you.
And Chudlogic.
Hey. Pleasure as always.
Stardust. I'm just kidding. Chud is always a good time. Also, how wide can you open your mouth?
I can't. I need to. There we go. How about that? Hello. There we go.
Yeah, nice. There's some room. Stardust. Oh wait, no, hold on. Boblax.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we've been on one together
I
before.
think we've been on one before, or we've talked before. I'm not sure, but
Like I've seen you on one for sure. It was lovely to meet / talk to you. I don't know.
yeah.
I was probably
likewise.
very stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Stardust, you are a real one. I appreciate you. And yeah, keeping on, partner.
Thanks.
I
I appreciate
guess
you.
Okay. I leave now? Should I leave now?
Or we were just gonna go around and introduce everybody. So, but we'll keep doing
Introduce.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. This was really fun. I had a lot more fun on this. Well, normally I have fun on the Stardust panels, but I had a lot more fun on this than I thought I would. I'm talking with a lot of you for pretty much the first time, but like I don't think I didn't really speak up much because usually I have something to say, but this is like, I don't think I've ever been in a call with a group of people who just say the exact same things I'm thinking. Like Adam pretty much articulated all my thoughts on everything, and same with Tafa.
Taptosh.
Yeah, and Chud. So yeah, I had a lot of fun coming on here, and it was great meeting you guys. So thank you for inviting me, Stardust. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Chudlogic, champion of the night. You wanna say
Hey,
anything?
yeah, of course. As I said before, racism and grooming, combination of the two, racist grooming. It's all happening on my channel, twitch.tv/Chudlogic. Come and check me out, and we'll have a good time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Who now?
Oh, Taff.
Oh, okay. I go by Taftash on the internet, and you should check out my Twitter. I post sexy pictures and lots of political debates where I just have very cringe opinions sometimes. Sometimes I have good opinions, but that's the fun of Twitch politics, I think. That's
Well,
all.
I followed.
Adam?
I'm Adam. I have a YouTube channel called YourMovieSucks.org. Search up YMS. Watch my Kimba video. You're probably wrong about Kimba. I have a podcast called Sardonicast with I Hate Everything and Ralph the Movie Maker. I have music that I make under the name An Unkindness. I stream on Twitch and have a video game YouTube channel called Adam Plays. It's spelled ADUMPLAZE. There's a bunch of shit. I have a Patreon. I don't know. Figure it out. Go to my main channel, go to the YMS, and then click on the tab that shows you all the other channels I have. And you'll never be bored again.
Infinite entertainment.
Thanks, guys, for joining me.
Yeah.
I hope you had fun.
Pleasure.
And
I did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Thanks. Wow. Thank you, guys. Okay, we're gonna raid Chudlogic now. Chat.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
We're rating Chudlogic.
Bye to the winner.
What in the hell? Well, why is it not working? The command's not working. Oh, sorry, just a second.
It knows the
Looks
game
like
is
you have to
rigged.
raid me instead.
It knows the
Sorry.
game is rigged. But
I'm
It
no,
only
also-
allows you to raid me.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
Yeah, it was
but
fun. Thank you
I'll
again
raid
for
Chudlogic
joining
as
us.
well.
I hope you had fun. I usually ask people at least once, like if if they'd rather fuck their mom or their dad. But I feel like I've asked that question so many times
Oh, yeah.
now that I can't
Dad.
keep asking. Dad, why
fucking
dad?
hell.
Maybe been done
Why
a
dad?
bit.
Because my mom wouldn't be able to emotionally process it. I feel like
Yeah.
my dad would be traumatized, but not as much.
Mm.
That's what I'm thinking about. My mom would be traumatized to the point where she wouldn't be able to function. I think my dad would be able to like repress it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not about sexual attraction. It's about whether or not they would be able to function afterwards and like not Minecraft, I guess. I think my mom would have a tougher time. So
Reasonable answer.
Yeah.
Makes
Okay,
sense.
bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Good stuff, guys.